I was about to say APAC because that's what you saw on the screen. We're watching North America. ALGS, Apex Legends Global Series. We're going to be doing a watch party. Hopefully I get the volume right. Let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I'll adjust it. It's good to see everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. This is our second watch party. Let's share this in the Discord. I know you guys really wanted to see NA instead, so that's what we're doing today. We're doing NA. We're gonna watch party NA. Probably about 3 hours worth of matches. Let's see for luck here. Excuse me. I shouldn't be coughing that much. I just took some medicine just in case.
To the regional finals. Onyx put on a clinic in EMEA earlier today, and now it's time to see which teams are ready to show out for the Americas. My name is Glitter Explosion, and I will be your host for today. We've got to get the guys back in here as well because we've got Dia and Genome ready to go.
Let's do this.
Do you think Americas is going to be as exciting as EMEA was?
I've got to be honest with all of you Americas fans out there. EMEA gave us a collateral Kraber shot in the first 3 games. So I hope it is.
Collateral Kraber shot,
if we
okay.
Yesterday's games in Americas, I will say I dare it just might be as exciting as the EMEA.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Genome, have you been able to recover a little bit of energy between the 2 series here?
Oh, absolutely. It's a glorious day outside. I went for a walk in between, grabbed a coffee, grabbed a nice little salted sandwich for myself. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm ready,
you know, 6 o'clock. I'm doing pretty good myself.
That we get every little piece of action and intrigue that we had in EMEA following us over to NA.
I could not agree anymore. We have quite a lot to dive into here today.
Okay.
Storylines to be set.
Hey, what's up, Beat? It's good to see you, man. How's it going?
You mentioned
What's
it.
up?
Let's take a look back at what happened yesterday. It's a doubleheader weekend. We had just had match day 8, so talk me through those first 3 circles.
As I said on the actual match day, game 1.
See if we get a lot of caustic ban today.
Jen Burton securing a monstrous amount of KP. In fact,
the only region not to ban caustic first round is APAC. Believe it or not.
So fantastic game from 100 Thieves. Obviously, they were the winners after that performance. Match 2 broke my brain in a bit of a different way. This was a great win from ZZ to actually
Rampart, man.
find their first victory of the day. And
remember, there are
ended up being
bans.
their last, despite a fantastic
Right, we just got
What was weird
started.
about it was this last shot from Zero that had him simultaneously turning into a death box. Kryvor ended up taking game number 3 in pretty spectacular fashion after 2 teams decided to fight.
I'm excited. Excited for today.
Understandably, ZZ played for the win, and
We'll see how viewership is watching North America.
Walked right up to Lightning Rod and took a victory away with a fantastically placed bubble and honestly some really nice play.
Well, we had another couple of games over on E-District, and 100 Thieves continued their rampage. 12 kills in our 4th game, but it was a sneaky VP coming up from the low ground, waiting, biding their
It always
time,
just makes you wonder
and
if they're ever going to
taking
introduce
the
bans
win
into
with a
rank.
solid
That's
9
going to be...
kills for
I feel like that's been talked
in
about.
Game 4 over at City Hall. Game 5... we did see Sentinels taking a much needed dub, as you can see, 7th before this happened. But it was Team Falcons, Team Inferno also picking up quite a few kills here at the end. And then to cap off the day, just like they started it, we had 100 Thieves put out an
Do you solo queue whenever you grind for Pred, or you got a squad?
19 kills to finish off the day and get into triple digits. They were only 3 points away from grabbing a bonus point with almost more than 50 over the top of ZZ there. It was a phenomenal performance.
Holy, 100 Thieves really took it away.
Insane.
Jesus.
Triple digits is absolutely
My God.
insane at this state of the game. I mean, second to last match day for some of these teams because while this was our top 5 and 100 Thieves did have a phenomenal day, we still have today to get through to determine.
Oh yeah, I mean I do a solo,
said
not grind a pred. It's I would say it's impossible to do it.
While there are
not
some
impossible,
teams that have
but
solidified their
later on the
spots
season,
when it
not
comes
doable.
to our regional finals, we still have groups B and C ready to fight here today for those last remaining 7 spots. So which 7 teams will be
7 seeking spots?
today?
Okay.
We are going to find out. And I'm excited to talk about this lobby because between B and C, we've got a lot of teams that we want to be talking about. So I think what is going to be important, obviously we'll show you guys all of the standings across the board, but kind of paying attention to where some of these squads are when it comes to the bubble discussion. I mean, we've got Liquid in here, we have Rock in here, THUGGETS, we've got Oblivion, 100 Thieves are back again after that absolutely insane performance. Shopify, I mean,
B versus C today, right?
Yeah,
yeah, B versus C. Okay.
Easy lobby. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. We'll take a look at what I'm talking about when it comes to where these teams
Yanya's team, I would say 100 Thieves and probably Liquid are probably going to be the
ones, like I had mentioned, that have
showstoppers.
Solidified their regional finals spots. So, like we said, there's
they're
still
good to go then.
7 spots available that everyone is going to be fighting over here today. And then, depending on how these teams that have already solidified their spots do, could be some potential for a point sponge.
I double check who's bring up that other page.
Our America's overall scoreboard. And
it's a nightmare solo queuing, dude. Oh my gosh, solo queuing is so difficult. It's even more difficult when you're playing like Watson or somebody who's not mobile.
Today they finished yesterday, then now it's just down to B.
Or playing off meta. Playing off meta solo queue is probably the most torturous thing you could do to yourself.
Possibility, Dia, that Falcons ZZ get leapfrogged depending on performances.
Yeah, it's entirely likely that we see a lot of teams passing others today where the focus is really going to be is on the line between those making it to regional finals and not. That right now has the cutoff of Masters of Evil. I will say, in the favor of Masters of Evil, they're playing today, so they are likely going to continue, but it still is a team that is just on the line of qualification, and even this morning, we saw plenty of squads that had the opportunity to make it into regional finals barely miss out.
Yeah, and
it's actually crazy because they'll give you 2 plays to
it's
fight pro squads. Yeah.
Someone separated by a point or 2 at the end
Plats.
Of the day.
I was about to say 2 plays mean like you got 2 options in a round. Guess what it feels like.
But let's start talking about some individual storylines that could be exciting to follow throughout the day. Genome, I want to start with you. Which team do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about
solo queue would be so much more doable if you weren't just put into pred lobbies. Like you just, it doesn't mean they're getting easier lobbies, but there's no way solo queue that you're gonna be able to beat out a fully coordinated pred squad. You're gonna have to do it through sheer RNG and then also by like positioning, you know.
Which is interesting as well. DJ Killer has also just really put himself in everyone's focus. You can see here making some really cool plays.
I feel like the biggest issue that I have that's solo queuing a lot, and that's what I've been trying to like figure out what I need to do, is that I'm not flexing hard enough in my gameplay.
Not just in his team, but in the entire region right now. If you go by the,
I gotta flex more in my gameplay, man. I gotta show off more. So then the tips and educational stuff makes more sense. Look, yeah, I've been doing this for like 6+ years, but still, it's like I need to add some like pizzazz, some wow factor.
They're winning with 57, not say like,
because it doesn't look as like sleek or sexy when you're solo queuing, you know.
Yesterday, but really interested to see if these guys keep that kind of pace up, because sort of similar to some of the teams we were talking about earlier in EMEA today, it does feel like future streams and
what's up, Robo? Good to see you, man.
Potentially could be the next wave of players to make it to the top in ALGS.
Absolutely, which is why we're constantly also talking.
We'll see how viewership goes for today doing watch party.
Well. But for me, I want to
good experiment last week doing EMEA. I'm kind of curious if North America will do better.
And Slayer. And now, while it might look like when it comes to their champs points that they are a little bit on the bubble, they are technically over that 2,600 mark, so they should be relatively safe. Not 100% though when it comes to their performance for me. This is why I want to talk about them, okay? Because I really want them to get their consistency back on board. We saw them kick off the split in match day 2. That was their first match day. And they won that first match day, looking absolutely
it's good to see them more of the variety. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Fall off throughout the rest of the split. Up until, though, this most recent play day for them. This was a little bit of a return to form, having gotten 3rd place with some really solid stats. And this is kind of what we were looking for, a little bit of a resurgence of what we know that they are capable of, because they really want to kind of continue to snowball and set that confidence up well when it comes to not only regional finals, but then, of course,
the first game is going to really set the stage and how things will
stage.
Just I always like to say, let's get right into the
final
games.
Team, who do you have? Tell me about them.
Well, I said I like to say THUGGETS name, and I wasn't lying, so I decided.
Oh yeah, I really
some
think they
cool
should
segment
implement
on them.
bans
I'm really
into
looking at the
ranked
THUGGETS
as well.
coming into today.
I think it
And
would create a more
just because I
dynamic
like to
ranked
say their name,
experience.
although I can't
Do like
lie,
a
that
straw
they play a
poll.
part in it.
It's not necessarily like your
A big
squad
part
votes.
of
It's
why
like
I want
which
to
of the
focus on
top
this
3
team is
legends out of a
because
straw poll
when we look at
get
how they
voted out
play
out of
Apex
60.
Legends, they actually do it in a relatively textbook way. I think they have a great idea of where to play, when to play, and how to do it. Their transitions have been a point of struggle for the team.
That'll probably, honestly, that's great data. Honestly, it would probably tell them what
The team
players are
led
not enjoying
themselves
playing
pretty
against
well. They're
anyways.
currently sitting on the bubble of teams that could qualify to regional finals.
Like if something keeps getting banned in ranked, it means that nobody enjoys playing against it, you know?
Finals. But the most important thing about this team is going to be the way that they play together. They did find a win last time they played, and they've improved in between their match days. The first time BNC matched up, they placed 18th. The second time, they placed 11th. This time, who knows? Maybe the THUGGETS just keep on going.
I mean, I love it. Another great choice. There's so many good teams to be following here today. And at the end of the day, though, it's really going to boil down.
Oh, I got to
to
bring
which
up my
of
like
those
pen,
7
just in
are
case
able
we're
to
ever going to
step
draw the
up to
screen.
the plate and get those final 7 spots. But
Hold
we'll
on.
talk a little bit about champs. We obviously keep mentioning it. That is the ultimate end goal at the end of all of this. So we'll take a look at the championship standings, and this is where everybody is right now. Based off of champs
There we
points,
go.
obviously, top 24 would get through, and you can see what I was talking about with VP there. They're just above that 2,600 mark, so it looks like they are a little bit on the bubble, but there is a 400-point fall off going down from there. However, this is important because these 4
Attack of the Smileys.
The stars that you see on these 4 teams represent the teams that are currently in first place in their region. So if they
Alliance has been killing it.
they would be then qualifying through to champs. However, if we were to end it all today, not counting the series, this is where teams would fall. And one important thing to point out here is that if those teams with the stars do end up winning regional finals or Pro League, because they already have qualified to champs through that avenue, their champs points then open up slots below this dotted line at the 24th place mark, then opening up more spots for the likes of the TSMs, JDG, etc. Now, if every single team that was the top of the region also won regional finals, so they won Pro League and regional finals, the most spots that could open up.
I really hope they didn't restart the lobby in the first round.
At the 32
Hope we just get some
spot.
momentum.
That would be the most that could ever possibly make their way in off of additional spots being opened up. But
Last
there's
week,
so much going on
we had
that we're gonna
2
be keeping
rounds
track
that
of.
were
Don't worry,
canceled.
we'll
It was
make sure that you
crazy.
stay informed on where all of that is shaking out. Now, one of the biggest
This is not a normal
parts, though,
time.
to champs is
I have no idea how
obviously
viewership is gonna be
all of you
today.
at home, our spectators, do you want to be showing up to come see champs? Because we can tell you a little bit more about that right now. Obviously, we're going.
I have
back
yet
if
to
we
go
can,
in
but we want
person
to give you a
any
little bit more
ALGS, and
information
it makes me
on the
sad.
Where, when, how you can get your tickets and make sure that you lock them in.
I was supposed to be there for the
this
last
big
one, but then my
event, because our
flight
tickets
got
will be live
canceled.
next week on our ticketing
for
partner
throughout the
site,
whole
though,
night,
on
too. It
October
sucked.
11th at 1 a.m. PT, 4 a.m. ET. 5 p.m. JST, which of course will be during our first regional final of Split 2. So you can find more information as that day nears on our ALGS website's Year 5 Championships page. See all the latest information about champs here, from tickets.
One day,
to
next
exciting
time it
news
comes to the
and
States, or
updates,
like
of
if somehow
course, so that way you
magically
guys
get sponsored
can
to go
make sure
out,
you
which
get
I
in
doubt.
there nice and early and get
They've
your
never
tickets
done
to come
that
hang out
to
with
me
us
for
in
me
Japan,
before.
because it is going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait to see how all of that goes. I know that Dia and Gino
Hey,
are
Plex,
very
how's it going?
excited to be back in Sapporo as well. It's going to be a great time, Gino. It's going to be great.
Oh, it was the best time last time. Yeah, look, if you can go, absolutely do go. Japan's amazing. Apex is amazing. Apex in Japan? Like, can you even imagine? It's so
Double whammy.
It's so much
You know,
fun.
Apex is actually really popular in
Not to
Japan as
fixate on the
well.
wrong thing, but it did happen right
I don't know if you guys
after the
know,
Winter
but it's like
Festival
really,
last
really
year. Hell,
popular over
beautiful
there.
Ice sculptures. It was
Yeah.
like, obviously we're all there for Apex Legends, but the fact that Sapporo has a huge cultural event at the same time did not go unappreciated.
Absolutely. which is why you guys got to make sure you get your tickets so we can see you there. But let's start talking about our match day, okay? Let's start talking about what we have coming up, because first things first. We've got a
World's Edge and
classic
Stormpoint. Okay.
map rotation here today.
Nice.
First 3 on World's Edge, second 3 on Stormpoint. So let's start breaking down what this could potentially mean here just a little bit. Another opportunity for you to get real analytical here, Dia, because we're going to take a look at some of the historical rings that we've gotten throughout the split here in Americas, and I want to pick your brain a little bit on these.
Interesting.
I mean,
different from EMEA.
You're thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. We are so far south in Americas. Our
Yeah, that sucks. Literally, it's mostly the bottom half of the map. If you play these POIs at all, wow, like you like
interesting match day
it's
two
this
things.
part of the
However,
map as a
the fact
whole.
that the zones in the Americas are largely central is going to lead some teams to be more advantaged than others. And make no mistake, they have this data when they're picking their POIs as well. So when you look towards where the teams are dropping, we've got CIMJ over in Monument with nobody in Fragment.
One could say
setting
that
themselves
today
up for a
should
decent
go
success-
more so
bit
this
of
side of the
success.
map, but
We've got
it's
the
kind of hard to
Masters of
say.
Evil, who are sitting at Landslide. And with Masters of Evil being a bubble qualifying
I'm still
team,
thinking
it's
100
very
Thieves
likely
and
that
Liquid will
the
probably take it
play
away for
center
today.
zone consistently
Like,
will
who would
get
be,
them there. We got
like,
the
underrated
THUGGETS over
here?
at Staging, DGAP at Harvester.
I need to
and
see the
even
names on the
Oregon
rosters
Esports
again.
Over at Lava Siphon. They could be the big beneficiaries. I think the
Liquid is
question mark for
here,
me
so that's a
today
gamble
is
if it's going to be on the
100
upper
Thieves at
side of the
Geyser,
map.
a typically considered
100
very
Thieves
weak
is not in a bad
POI,
spot to
but
rotate.
Given the amount of central and southern zones that we've had,
This
I'd say
way.
Geyser's probably looking a lot better this split than it has
This
in the past.
way.
Still, 100
I mean,
Thieves
it's not a
playing
bad,
at Geyser?
it's not a
Kinda
bad
strange.
play.
Anything else jumping out at you here, Genome?
When they
Well,
drop, they
Geyser
go, they
might
loot,
have
they
been,
go.
not the best
Literally,
pick, but if you look at the map, right, they've actually, they
have
could
options.
potentially split a bit over Ghost Town, maybe even to
I always
something north,
say
maybe
that
to,
these POIs
Fragment as
here.
well. There's actually a lot of potential scrap looting.
This is not bad, it's
around 100
questionable.
Thieves. So the way that the map is
fact
worked
that
out,
they get
actually not
this
too bad
to
for them at all. I mean,
themselves.
the other thing, of course, is
Interesting.
Skyhook East going unpicked means that like Liquid have like a quarter of the map to themselves. That's just bonkers for that. And I guess one last thing to note will be Big Maud. So it's dropped down to a 38th pick. It really has fallen down the standings these days. And one of the reasons is, I don't know if this was announced anywhere.
Big Maud's a hard place to
but
rotate
the
from.
Guns no longer come with the Rampart hop-ups. It was one of the big reasons to drop there, right? And now that hop-ups are
Kronos.
integrated into the guns, you don't start off with those buffed weapons at Big Maud.
Love that catch. I love the catch. And I love the shout out for Liquid as well. Let's see if we can actually get a Sky
World's Edge, you really benefit from being more central in the
final
map.
circle there.
Except for like if you were to choose
Something here in
thermal.
the
Thermal's a really
Americas, maybe
powerful
that can
POI
actually
spot because it does pull there.
yeah, or just anything up in the northwest half. It's gonna be a fun day. Now, of course, before we dive into match,
I wonder how
number one,
Team
guys, if
Liquid's
you
gonna
wanna make
do
sure you're
with the
keeping
pick
yourselves up to date
being
with everything that we've got going on here.
them being in
the ALGS service across the board. Make sure you're following us on social media: X, YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. Both Insta and TikTok are new at Play Apex Esports, and then Twitch at Play Apex. As long as you're following along with us on any of our social media platforms, you won't miss a single second of anything that we've got going on, whether that's ALGS, champs, fun side content, giveaways. As long as you're there, you won't miss it. So make sure, of course, that you are following. I think this is going to be a really fun day, and that we've kind of set the stage with our storylines. We know which teams to be keeping our eyes out on. Will we get a back-to-back repeat triple digits performance? Well, we are moments away from finding out, because match number one is ready to get underway. So Dia and Genome, let's kick off the final regular season day for Americas.
The first game is going to be pretty telling of like how this is going to all
It still
go.
sends shivers down my spine to think that this is the final day of the regular season. It
What
feels
is
like
it?
it all
Wow,
goes
we're-
by
we're
so
kinda going
fast.
quite a
It really
bit.
is only 9 days, although we do spread it out over the weekends, Genome, but only 9 days is a very short amount of time, all things considered.
It is, and it's the last one. It's the last region, last one off the block, right? I mean, we've got APAC South, APAC North, and EMEA have all locked in their 20 regional finalists now. It's just one left. Just one more region to decide, and we kick it all off here on World's Edge.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
Is the best opportunity as well to make use of, in this particular case, Face It Watch, because there are a lot of different teams that are on the bubble of qualifying, that are struggling for dominance in the region, that are trying to make it to regional finals or trying to finish their season with a bang. I know you've got your favorites at home. You can check them out with Face It Watch, and most importantly, you can watch the map while you do it all. I love having map feed up. I've got it up all the time. I talk about it all the time, so don't worry if you don't have map feed up. If you don't want to have another monitor open, I got you. I'm going to keep you updated. But just in case,
I should probably pull that up,
is always gonna
actually.
give you some critical context, and that is available exclusively through Face It Watch. As we
keep doing ALGS watch parties, we'll come up with ways to like. I'm still starting out doing this again, so
on World's Edge, and I'm very curious.
we'll up
to
the
see
production
what
quality and
where
stuff
on
as like
earth
it
this takes
goes.
us.
I'm just kind of getting a pulse if this is even stuff that people want to watch.
Well, 100 Thieves. They are currently looting guys up. We've got DMG loading in. They are
Loot
as
pattern.
we
I'm guessing
mentioned,
he's going
the
this
only
way.
Watson
Person goes this
team
way. They
in
loot this, and they
lobby.
should be done looting for the most part.
North America,
See how it's like they're circling. They circle it all three together. That's pretty smart.
Compositions, and that is absolutely the
See?
case here once again.
See if he
If we
does
go
it.
to, if I'm
This way.
having a quick
This way.
check of Rooney at our stats,
gonna
we've
go
only
this
got 4
way.
different compositions.
Almost a circle.
17 teams are playing Alta Caustic Newcastle, and then we've got 1 team each playing Alta
It's a
Caustic
good
Crypto,
loot pattern.
Crypto Watson Wraith, and
okay.
Caustic Newcastle Wraith. So 3 outliers, and
The question is it going to pull
17
fragment or is it going to pull here? I don't think it's going to pull down south. It's possible.
Sure, why not?
Very possible. But I'm kind of hedging my bets against it, to be honest.
About sheep, so I think it works. I am surprised.
Pulls to the
though,
height here.
to
I have
not
seen that
see
ending before.
Anybody running Gibby Caustic Newcastles? That seems to be the.
This team has a blessing of
flavor
being,
of the
if they
week,
choose the right
shall
spot
we
early
say,
on,
just a
solid.
little while
100
ago.
Thieves, they need to rotate or fight early. They're opting to fight early, which they're going to lose their spot here. We'll see what happens.
Storm Point, especially if you're running a Trident POI. And,
100 Thieves has a
looking
great
to make
opportunity
those
to kind of move
rotates,
in
but that
here.
doesn't mean we
The
haven't
teams
seen
that are
it on,
struggling to get
you know,
in
World's
are
Edge or-
all the
or
teams over
E-District
here that are going to have to
all.
bully their way in.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
To get to the side of the map,
It'll be interesting to see
FYI.
if it creeps in later on in the series.
100 Thieves is going
I
for
would
an
expect
early
so.
fight here. This isn't bad if they hold.
Caustic or Newcastle, but
He could be back.
Particular
He could be
case.
back.
A lot of teams are moving very
He could
quickly.
be
They know
back.
they have
He
to move
could
in.
be back. My man gives me hope.
Ah, they're hitting the ring console.
We saw
They're
the
just trying to
ring
figure out
was
where it's going to
popping
go.
up, but just in case, let's talk about this one a little bit. Ring is
We'll see if they stay. I
bringing us
highly
all
doubt
the
they'll
way
stay.
over
I
to
don't.
the
I
eastern
don't
side, just
foresee it
around
happening.
that.
100 Thieves
People
just
call it
has to
Ghost
get
Town, Some
in.
people call it No Name, but north of where 100 Thieves Landing guys are, and fortunately enough, 100 Thieves have just swooped down into Big Mod, got in the ring scanning.
I was wondering why they're going down to fight. I was like, dude, they have
It's always a
the.
little annoying, of course,
But that makes
when
sense.
you have to negatively rotate. Well, I mean, not that they would have thought they were necessarily, but you go one way.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't
have to
know. It's like it was a
scan, and then
50-50
you
pull.
realize the
You know, it
ring
could
is
go
so
north or
close to
south,
you,
and it
but
went
it's
north.
in the opposite direction, and all that means is there's potential for teams like Virtus.pro who pulled.
Do you
up
feel
from
it
Big
pull
Mod,
those
went
two areas
over
because the
them,
open
obviously,
area
with
and
that scan,
buildings? It's a guess,
happening
yeah.
earlier. And
I just
now
don't
a
think it's
team
going to
that
pull
was
south.
further
The
away
zone
and
is
less
just, it's a
priority,
little bit too to the
ends
north.
up on the wrong side of it.
All of a sudden,
The diners are a really great spot to hold here. Very strong spot. You can get some good picks here. This team needs to leave this choke though. They can't stay here very long.
They have to not only watch their fronts and keep teams in fragment. And
Yeah, they're gonna
launch
get
their
pinched.
darts,
I mean,
but also
good
watch
hold
their
of Caustic,
backs, because
but
100 Thieves
I don't know.
Or DMG, Pioneers,
Hey,
Nightmare
Licky?
could all come up from
Lick
this
a tongue,
direction. I like
Licky.
that Slayer is just keeping his eyes peeled on the horizon,
has
making
to.
sure nobody walks up on the team.
Yeah, well, and Fire Stray is a right behind
Yeah,
them.
no matter how
And you
much
can
you
see it
predict it,
looked
it's always a
like MT was
50-50
actually
pull, but you can
playing
use that
for the
50-50
Newcastle Res,
to your
but
advantage best you
potentially
can.
get knocked like he just has been right
You see,
now.
the teams that are holding chokes are in for a really rude awakening. You really can't hold any of these chokes.
But of course,
They need to be more aggressive if they're going to.
Without risk, when you've got someone on your back, luckily Fire Strays have opted to go further around and look to be going through the Vault Tunnel instead.
Unreal Nightmare also doubling
Ah, my
back
man
on their
James
own
Fearless, let's
rotate.
go.
They wanted to go through Big Mod, ran into DMG, and now we're going to run into DGAP. Unreal Nightmare, unfortunately, cannot find a frictionless rotate.
Well, the window for rotating is kind of gone. At this point, you might as well just play edge and fight your way in. Because you're not getting any good buildings. The diner's already taken. I guarantee most of the buildings already taken at this point. I don't think even 100 Thieves going for the information was late, unfortunately. It just pulled in the opposite direction the way they were going for a scan.
Which actually puts DGAP in kind of an awkward position. You were rotating, a team popped up in front of you, and now they're behind you. Do you go forward or do you go backward?
Hard to make that decision. Luckily, they've got the crypto one.
I'd say it's so early on.
To be able to scout
might as well just go outside of zone and bully. Get some, go for a maybe a higher risk.
Moving over to Fires.
Really, that's actually hilarious. I got that. That's awesome.
We're sort of heading in that tunnel direction. They've got 100 Thieves ahead of them in this tunnel, and DMG pulling up behind here.
Yeah, 100 Thieves being in the tunnel alongside them does make me really uncomfortable for both teams, but mostly for Fire Strays, if I'm honest, because 100 Thieves have a much less risky position when it comes to their placement in the Americas. We know the 100 Thieves are going to regional finals.
The next zone is going to be very telling of how this is all going to play.
They're right on the cusp and are one of the.
I think Caustic is going to get banned pretty early on here.
Secure their place in regional finals. In fact, quick note on that. Group C has
is it good to have that mindset in casual rank? Depends on your rank. If you're playing that early in a pred lobby, you're going to get rolled over. Most of the people start playing edge and build up momentum is the issue that you run into. So while this does work in competitive because people respect spacing, they do not respect that spacing in ranked. You can go for a god spot and have blue armor, but the other team has purples and better weapons. Dude, you're just screwed.
Yeah, look,
especially if the team has momentum. But in comp, because everyone is knowing the rotation, nobody truly has momentum right now. No team has momentum.
Scrimbucks apparently don't convert all that well into real placement points as well.
I have no idea, actually. The ALGS participant badge is a good question.
I did expect to see Shopify
I don't know.
popping off a little bit more.
I think even I have it, but I don't even know. I just assume they just kept giving them out.
The Scrimbucks seems to be cashed in there. 5-star cashing in something.
Oh wow, he wasn't able to get him. That's unfortunate.
DMG, the first squad to go down, and not the day you want to do it on.
100 Thieves have got some momentum here.
As you said, they absolutely do.
With this momentum, 100 Thieves can start making some plays to get in.
So do DMG, and here they go up against.
And they're going to respect the space.
Now, if we're going off, you know, we're looking at the form guide, DR. Potentially the most scary team in the entire lobby. These guys.
Jen Burton for Holst and Phony. That's a scary comp, man.
Is going to be sky high. I mean, Jen obviously, you know, wasn't here for the first couple of match days, and he is making up for lost time. The guy is absolutely shredding our other pros in North America.
Yeah, plays really well with the squad. And
what surprises me for ALGS winners, first, second, and third, or even top 20, that they don't get like a special badge or something on their banner.
With an interview on the broadcast yesterday, brought a lot of perspective to how 100 Thieves are.
I did pull up here. Look at that. Upper half is what I'm guessing, not lower half.
With a lot of reservation.
Who's going to get banned first? Caustic for sure getting banned first.
Done a decent amount of damage, but didn't want to overextend.
100 Thieves, if they kill this back team, they need to focus forward and eliminate this team. They need to create some space. Any team in the choke right there is pretty much screwed. Teams in the center that have diner and height, like this is looking pretty solid. This team, whoever wins height, is gonna have a lot of power.
Critical decision at a
still got the cost like barely. It's not bad.
Well, look, it lends itself to
way better. Every week it gets better. I must have really like scarred or damaged something on my vocals at one point.
Successful more often than not.
Oh, Shopify is not looking too sharp here. They'll take a fall back.
In the tunnel and
there's not a whole lot of space.
Of course, as we saw on the map there, as Shopify have to go for.
I'd be really surprised if people let them reset this hard. It's definitely possible.
Ready at hand. The zone was shifting into
yeah, I think they're gonna get it.
East.
This team, it would be crazy for them to shake them or chase them.
Epicenter, even away from the sort of lava lake that runs through the middle of Monument and Fragment that we saw it go to in our last set.
Pioneers hope to take control of the snake, do so from the inside.
Now, a lot of these teams are going to be late here.
But eating Peacekeeper shots.
I did mention that whole left side of the map is going to have a hard rotation in, and they pretty much got to battle their way in. We're going to see who today is going to have momentum or is going to be pretty sharp.
Spending a lot of time and resources securing themselves a spot in what is not the next ring, not even close. Pioneers have some safety in Harvester, but need to get out and up towards the northeast where Grow Gaming wait for Pioneers and Unreal Nightmare to finish their fight.
It's not awful. It's just not ideal, and they can build momentum. We'll just see which team today is going to do it. Whoever gets the momentum of fighting today, we'll see it as a consistent.
This split. Currently sitting, what, like top 10 or something? I don't think any
Pioneers is going to trail the other team behind.
That high if you were doing a
So the reason why they're choosing that is that this team has height, and I think they're a little bit more nervous about the pressure they had. They had pressure on this team that came this way, so that's why they're going for them instead.
Match days now that they've got what it takes. You know, I'd probably
they're going for whoever they feel they could bully. I mean, it just depends if they got the heals for it, though.
Perhaps the next wave.
Pioneers just going to be timing their heals for a little while, as that next wave will have to wait until next ring.
Oh wow, that's really good loot there.
This is a huge roll. I cannot believe 100 Thieves.
What a good RNG there.
Got the mythic crate spot. Actually, that brings up an important question. How many teams do you think about the mythic crate when
nobody thinks about the mythic crate? It's very rare that teams think about that. It would have to be like top contender with a coach giving you thought process.
Out there who's doing that.
Very rare. I'd say there's 2 or 3 teams thinking about it tops.
I'm sure there is. Obviously 100 Thieves have changed up their support roster recently.
Oh, they isolated him out bad.
In favor of longtime coach Bronzy, who had a nice send off. It was nothing acrimonious between those. But it sure has been cool seeing their approach to the game, and obviously
when I see Alter being played, it makes me really want to play Alter.
First day on the squad.
But I just don't. She's a great legend. She just is her gameplay like her portal plays for me is riveting and interesting. But is it too easy?
But he's just taking a little too much damage and has nowhere to go.
All right, have a good one, man. I appreciate you.
To get out of the building, and he dips. DGAP go down meanwhile, as Oren came in for the third party and Unreal.
So remember how I mentioned like they could fight here, but there's still the choke they have to worry about.
What? There's no way he gets away with this.
No, well there it is.
That's crazy.
I told you. Do it again. Yeah, this choke point right here, this choke, right. And then this section over here is going to be a little bit rough. I don't know about this side per se. Well, because remember we had the team that was following each other. I want to know the story of what they're running.
Finish off Unreal Nightmare as well. They were actually porting to the backside to think about getting involved in and third partying that fight down at North Siphon, but they don't in the end.
Oh, Alter's fallback. If anything, I worry if people find it too easy.
Does need everybody.
Great saves.
To join them.
Who tapped out? What the heck was that?
The zone's starting to pull.
For a minute there, I thought I tapped out.
Pioneers aren't even going to be in the game for very long, or in even shorter.
Oh, that was a big nade.
BMG eating the focus of
this is Grow Gaming's push here. They just got to secure the space. They need this.
It seems like this
oh, why are they hesitating? Just go for it. You got that space right there, man. Why did they hesitate there? Was there something I'm missing?
Focal point, and if Grow Gaming can control this area, they've got a good argument for winning.
I'm really shocked they didn't just full send that.
Technically below ZZ and Falcons right now, but
and get this space right here. I know you have to worry about this, but I am a little surprised they didn't just keep the momentum.
Pro League. That's how solid they have been throughout.
Now, it must have been somebody at ALGS that tabbed out, because I was like, what was that?
Won 2 days as well.
I do want to quickly note for those of you to whom I was hyping up map feed earlier.
They're letting Virtus.pro kind of run up, having some space here.
With Grow Gaming, as we mentioned
this is a great spot to have.
A little bit further up towards the north.
100 Thieves making their push in, like we mentioned. This is the push that I was mentioning that they would do. They get this team out. They're gonna have some good space here and get to play the bridge, but they have to get them out.
Textbook Apex Legends.
Hey, Tulsa.
This should be a game they're able to walk away with at least a top 3 from.
You know, in almost any other legend composition,
I would say it's not the easiest top 3 like they're claiming. They're gonna have to win a pretty clean fight here.
I think the position they're in, which I believe is under
that team left. Interesting.
Will be quite defensible. That position that Grow and Virtus.
We got like 3 teams on the right hand side over here. to worry about. Like, they can be right here, which is great, but they got 1, 2, and then 3, I'm pretty sure. The team's just sitting right there.
Nice spot here as they
got a bully. They don't have to worry about the north, per se. They got to worry about the south side, opposite of them.
Are taken down, and we get a nice shot of 100 Thieves, and in contrast, the Thuggets. 100 Thieves who have fought their way here slowly but surely.
Let's see what happens to the other teams on the south side, on the east side. This side I'm really curious about.
Not a comfortable spot at all. Pioneers,
because like north isn't going to push them, but like this, see those two teams? Those two teams about to come in right there. 3 teams, my god, what a cluster. This is going to be an absolute nightmare right here.
Unreal nightmare.
Decent port, but they're going to run right into the other team.
And they somehow just got both of their teammates back into it. All right.
Okay, that's going to be messy. Should be fine. Okay, they all go down. They got ROC. Team here, team here. Everyone's around the edge. Nobody's in the center.
A little further into the zone. They're just out of it right now.
Yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then one on the north. Yeah.
See what Saucer can do with this. 100 Thieves get abducted. Jen Burton gonna go down to the nade from Lorzy. 100 Thieves in shambles right now as they get.
Yeah, that's why I was saying they had to watch their south side. Their south side was the biggest risk. The north side wouldn't push in.
With nobody.
It's keep in mind when we give commentary like this, they don't see the whole picture, right? Like the north side has no way to push in, but that south side was a good steal that really pushed them off. That gives them a lot of positioning and power.
Caustic barrel with the buff to the damage would probably be enough to finish them. Keon trying to see through the gas, and Virtus.pro somehow
Grow Gaming's got a really rough position. I'm surprised they got respected and were allowed space from the Nox earlier.
Southwestern side of the zone.
Noct has got to play pretty carefully, especially because on this high ground you've got an
insane
amount
space.
of priority, but also there are still enough teams in the lobby with head peaks on you that you have to be worried. The fact that Virtus.pro survived their rotation and put themselves ahead of Grow Gaming could cause serious problems for Grow. The Ninjas and Pyjamas go down. Masters of Evil likely to be next, sitting inside of Caustic Gas with Zone at their
They're done.
backs.
That's it.
We could be going from 9 to even 7 squads very soon. Oblivion out.
Oh my god, just gets the med kit off in
Like even if
time.
he pushes through this, I mean, he might be able to pick like an extra kill, maybe.
Down to the frame, but with CIMJ in this building to his right, Kuzme is going to struggle to get any further, I would say. Masters of Evil do go down. That is CIMJ finishing them off. And now we're
It's a good spot by ROC. They're living really close to some people.
This is still looking, I will say,
This is that was a good crack initially.
Who were their next door neighbors have committed onto a fight on the high ground that seems to be going their way, but not quite well enough. So not well enough that Din from THUGGETS is able to pick up kills on Rock, who now have to reset on high ground. Unreal Nightmare are going to go down. And Rock, dead center of zone, have a lot of teams looking at them. Again, THUGGETS most notably.
If they slow it down right here and just kind of wrap this way, they could hold a lot of power right here once they become aware, though.
Can we identify?
There they go. They were saying it. Can they identify? Yeah. If they can identify this is occurring and they just hold this side.
I don't know if anyone's left.
Nice. Yeah. Keep it moving. Keep going. Keep moving.
Are we good? I'm holding the right, bro. I'm holding right.
Yeah, hold it right. I think
Just the whole hill. Just hold it. Hold it, man. Because then all 3 of these teams, boom, 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 have to run into each other.
Chill, then chill.
Oh, man.
We don't even peek, bro. We literally we play this still for K people. We still.
Oh, they got to stop that run up. That's it.
One kid.
They're too spread right now. This team, they are too spread. They need to be on this side.
I'm just showing the team.
It's good that they're securing space, but they're about to get run up on.
Get barrels over here because they can look down on us.
Okay, so this turned into them holding this side of the map, which is not good.
Yeah, they're just farming the other
Do you guys need?
Can we shoot him on?
Yeah. Start crossing left.
100 caustic. They're shooting.
THUGGETS have identified their threats.
That's unfortunate. If they were able to identify fast enough this, they would have had a lot of power.
We'll see if they can convert us right now. CIMJ.
They're essentially circling this way, and this other team's going to circle that way.
For the THUGGETS from low ground, and they start moving up on Rock.
Which is what you don't want to do. They can't be fighting from low ground right now, and they're going to. They're going to get stuck right in the middle. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, look, see? Naughty's team was aware of this, and they went right for it. And they ended up in a negative spot. That's crazy.
Catalyst, no safety.
This team in the center is completely screwed.
Overextend.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've popped the evac tower. I don't know if that's going to really help them a lot. As soon as Rock start picking over, though,
this is ROC's game.
THUGGETS
This is their game as long as they play patient.
Just survive for the meantime. They were the ones who cleared out Virtus.pro and Pro Gaming
Oh,
up the top
no.
and gave themselves a chance to win this. Can they pop in here and third party?
This is still their game because it's going to take them a minute to get up.
They should be able to. I mean, Rock are resetting on this high ground, and it is.
And it's crazy that they didn't push them or they didn't ult forward. That's over for them.
Absolutely fantastic. Rock
What's
come in,
crazy
they
is that
claim the victory.
ROC only got that opportunity
But for a
because
team like Rock to win that
THUGGETS
game,
did not
Nuggets
move to the
getting
south
second
side
place
this way on the
is
hill.
exactly the kind of thing that
They
pulls
ended up on this
squads
side and the other team moved this
forward.
side and it let ROC pretty much reign supreme as like king of the hill. Which is crazy.
Finals, and with a second place here, they've taken one big step closer to it.
No offense to their team, but I don't think that their awareness and where teams are in the lobby is clear. And it looks like it's because of that they're struggling.
I think we're in good positions to cause.
I think they have the skill for it, but they put themselves in such a lose-lose scenario. And even as they're fighting, they just held the center spot and just let them hold height.
Like there was a window there. There was a good sort of 5 to 10 second window where they could have sent that and made a difference in that final fight, and they sat back, and then we just saw a small amount of time, which allowed Rock to peek over with the triple take, start hitting them with the 111s, and take the game for themselves. So maybe a small missed opportunity for THUGGET, but they still end up with quite a healthy margin and quite a big.
We'll see how they do in game 2, but I wouldn't like put my bets on them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this looked really.
And then they got pretty good RNG. ROC definitely has more of the skill, and so does Naughty's team.
First to begin with, is they've got a little ways left to go right now. The fact that they're in second,
I could be wrong.
23 points though. Is going to be a pretty big help to that particular standing. Rock do win the game with 22, and pretty well played from them as well. I mean, I loved the way that Rock was able to clean up the fights, especially using the altar very aggressively, and they'll have access to altar once
I know
again,
that Newcastle put the ult in the open field. It probably would have been better if he just ulted immediately to height to knock somebody out or just go for the play. And then move the evac tower right next to it so they could zip up.
It is just the first game.
First game though, first game. Hard to tell, hard to tell. Those are some early predictions.
Them are over 20 does mean that a lot of kills went their way.
Yeah, I mean, the right side of that screen is looking like a Krispy Kreme shop right there. Unfortunately, only DMG with the 6 kills.
It took me a second to figure that out. I'm going to think on it. I'm going to grab some water, and I'm going to get ready for whatever game 2 has to throw at us after the break.
Yeah, like they should have been looking to see. They did comment, but I felt like it was late. By the time they were calling, like saying, "Hey, we need to identify what's going on," I felt like they were like 5 to 10 seconds too late. That if they were already looking to identify what the rotation looked like, that they could have had a lot more power in that position. And they already said, you know, don't peek, but they really should have been peeking way sooner to garner some space and put some pressure. I think that was a hard zone as well. Do you have a favorite team bias? Not really, no. Whenever I cast a lot of ALGS, it depends on how the flow of the lobby. I just kind of talk about momentum and teams, how they're performing, and my guess, you know. When a team's performing well, it's like, dude, they got momentum right now. They're getting it. Or versus a team that just is getting lucky, or a team that is just predicting zone. I really just, I'm looking for like interesting plays. Like the fact that Naughty's team kind of identified the rotation was pretty impressive, and that they moved on it through kind of like, I would call it through the fog, you know. They had the vision to say, okay, we need to move, and they kind of found it.
こうなるともう 3v3 なので、ポジション的にはブラックシープがハイグラウンド取れていいですね。
リアライズのまま初のジャンプがかかる。静がちょっと顔を出したところ痛いダメージもらいました。
2人削られてるのでこれ一気に攻めてきますね。
はい、さあリアライズ1人失って。
The zone pulled kind of where we thought it was going to pull. It was going to be either left or right. It pulled more to the left too. 50-50 call. Wasn't bad. You know, it's interesting seeing Ty. Ty goes way back to the Battlefield days. It's crazy to see their name in esports for Apex.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Apex Legends Global Series, where match number 1 is done and dusted already. We are keeping things moving here as we look towards match number 2. And that was a pretty interesting final fight there, Dia. I mean, Rock had a really strong position, but like you had mentioned, you talked about them, Thuggets.
Yeah, I think there's stuff to take from it that is helpful with seeing what the pros do, and there's stuff to understand that more people die in lobbies. We do see more of a bridge, a gap bridge nowadays, because the emphasis on placement.
In moments like this,
you do got to really slow down for endgame. This is such an early round that a lot of people didn't even get a whole lot of kills even. Nobody really ran away with the lobby here.
And then managed to actually get the res, which was the biggest factor for Rock. All this time on high ground is exactly what Gino was talking about, where he would have liked to see a more aggressive Thuggets, and I have to agree. It would have likely gotten Thuggets, if not a victory, closer to it.
Yeah, they're very passive. I'm glad they kind of mentioned that. They were very, very passive.
They ended up taking points lead, which for a team that is on the bubble of qualification to regional finals is the most important thing.
Absolutely. And
see if they can be more
right?
consistent. That's the question.
A little bit of indecision here or there can completely alter the outcome of a fight or even an entire
Get it?
game.
Alter
and
the outcome.
You know, maybe we saw a little bit of that out of the Thuggets, but it is just the first match. They did give themselves some momentum, some confidence, and now as we head into match number 2, they can potentially build off of that. As we saw,
Caustic's banned.
Caustic is that first ban out of the legend rotation, but as we also saw earlier, he came back in later on in the day in match number 6, so we'll have to see if the Americas do anything similar to EMEA.
At this point, I think
game 2. See where it goes.
I think it's Newcastle next, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what? I'm going to make sure that I'm not mistaken.
Do we like the color red for this? Should I stick with red or should I go with like blue?
Newcastle will be the next band.
Or yellow.
Watson.
Want to try yellow? Does yellow stand out more? Maybe. What do you guys think? Yellow, red, blue. I don't know. Custom color. What do you guys think? Red works? Okay.
You got that.
I don't even know. I don't know if anybody says that. It just sounds so right. And I guess we'll see whether it feels right to our teams as we drop into game number 2.
If they don't say it, they say it now. So.
Yeah.
Didn't you beat a trendsetter?
Use this at home. I hope so. Our winners of game 1, Rock, starting things off in Epicenter. Also kind of a trendsetter location.
This at least is pulling a little bit more north. We are not really seeing a
popular. We used to get
a teal.
Epi being the claim drops before POI draft was invented. I think
there we go.
Invented here, created,
teal.
Incepted. I'm not sure. But
yeah, that looks
the fact
good.
that Rock drop Epicenter and Ninjas in Pyjamas drop Survey Camp does mean that this POI's loot is a little bit more limited. The real benefit is that you get things like this, things like the ring console for advanced information. And this information leads us perfectly into where we are going, down towards Virtus.pro, DMG.
Good pull there for them.
I was hoping that they'd be getting that information.
I feel like everyone's going to guess that it's going to be this side of the map.
Zone pulling as aggressively
Question mark, left or right? I'm going to guess right. 100 Thieves got a great spot here. They'll go for the same pull there.
Hasn't been as chosen as much lately because
what do we got?
Of that loot nerf.
Newcastle or Ultra probably banned next.
As well, so VP have some information. They're going to
teams this side of the map are going to have a hard rotation above up here.
To be ending at and setting themselves up
maybe a bit of a cluster here, but there's some space to work with.
Mass rotation coming through.
100 Thieves are getting the scan at Big Mod as well, but I want to touch on where Virtus.pro are playing. They
9,
look to
10,
be playing the
11,
furthest
12.
building. The only
Yeah, a lot of
building that is
rampart.
all the way out to the eastern side, and I want to note it because it is an extremely inactive position that has the potential to win you the game. This is a bit of a gamble by Virtus.pro. If they
It
win the
could
game,
pull
it's
towards
great.
Big Mod. I've seen
If
Big
they
Mod
end up with
pulls.
0 KP and a 7th place,
Could also
it's
pull
a
the south side.
very,
Everyone's
very bad
see how
play.
everyone's
So
pulling
I'm
here.
curious
I mean,
whether
I'm in the
they'll
same
stick to
boat.
this or start
Even
moving
before they
on.
got here, I'm like,
We're
it's gonna
also
pull
still
this
sticking with
side.
that southern and
I don't
or
really think it'll pull
central
left side. If it
ring
does,
theme
that's
for
gonna be the biggest
Americas
troll
so far
because
that you
everyone is
talked
setting
about
up
when
on
we
a building
did the,
now. And if it does
historic
pull
ring
this side, which
analysis,
is very
does
doable,
put the likes
that'll
of
be a
Liquid Alien,
nightmare.
we're all the way up at Skyhook with a very long road to get to where they need to be for this final circle.
CIMJ starting to show up in the final circle. And white armors and all.
It will. There's a lot of buildings. We're gonna see a
Epitome
very
of a
clustered end
world's
zone.
edge zone rotation. It's really nothing that CIMJ have to worry about at the moment, but later on.
Ooh,
the
that's a
number one stage
early
for
knock.
DMG, however, they can Pioneers worry. That's for sure. This fight towards the southern side of
DMG has a
Stacks.
great hold if they hold that main
DMG's
building.
way. With DJ Killa on the R99, there is no mystery why. That guy is a monster.
I don't think Pioneers was ready for that. They do. You could see Mav right there managed to escape, so an opportunity potentially to maybe get the team.
There's no
back
way
up
they're gonna be
here,
able to
but
respawn
Mav
this.
is
I mean, I guess it's
solo, so
not
this
impossible. Like, people
will
won't leave their
not be
buildings.
super easy. Hopefully can do it without drawing too much attention, as they do have that beacon down.
Like,
and
who's
ready
gonna
to
leave their
go, so
building
Pioneers
this
will
early,
be
you know?
respawning back in. Will not
It's
be
risky.
the first team eliminated, which right now with this situation
Ooh.
is huge.
Oh, that sucks. You're getting naded. I don't. They might have time to just go for the. Oh, wow, that's unfortunate.
I cursed that. Oh my god.
I honestly didn't think they were gonna like. I don't really know where they would play. They were gonna have low resources. Their game was kind of over. Like, yeah, okay, let's just say that they got the resources, or they got the spawn in. Their resources are so bad. What are they going to do?
And so that was like 1 second off of them registering as being rezzed. You don't see that every day. DGAP fighting up the hill right now.
Early fight here.
The second team eliminated.
Sloppy on both ends.
Wrong, and right now, going up the hill is extraordinarily difficult. To
Struggling to
actually
fight on the
anyway.
there.
Taken out. They are the second squad to be eliminated, and the Masters of Evil are the ones to take the kills. Unreal Nightmare not in time to third party, are just going to continue on their
It's good to clear
merry way.
backs. A little
And
fight was a little
against
sloppy,
Masters
but
of
it's good to
Evil,
clear
they're
backs.
Basically all of dome side. Nobody else is playing this hill. Which could
Oh
be
my
quite good
god,
for
the amount of
Masters.
defenses in here is crazy.
The
There's gonna be a
southern
lot
side
of people
this
holding a lot of
circle right
buildings.
now is a
Ooh, where's it
bloodbath, as
pulling? Where's it
we've
gonna
got
pull
some
after
of the
this?
earliest exits we've
Look at
seen
this. I don't know
in
if
a
it's gonna
while
pull
here.
towards this side anymore.
Already
We'll
down
see.
to 18 squads. And I think everybody came ready to play here in match day 9, knowing that it's all or nothing today. Get those points on the board when you can, where you can, and that's exactly what we're seeing a lot of these teams doing. THUGGETS, our second place team, but now first overall because of their performance. That was something you guys talked about. 14 kills in match number 1 for THUGGETS. They have set themselves
They
up
could keep
nicely
trying to
here
steal
with
somebody
lots
up
of
above.
cover.
It's
These
worth
teams aren't gonna do anything. They're not gonna fight.
experimenting. Let's see what happens with THUGGETS, because they've once
If this
again
pulls Source
predicted
Hunter Thieves,
spot
would be a
zone,
great
and the
pull,
thing
but
that
we
I
gotta
critiqued
see
about
zone
the
where it goes
pre-show
next.
Is not their zone prediction, it's not their end game play, it's their transitions from area to area. If this ring pulls away from THUGGETS, that's
Hunter Thieves has it. You know, this is a really safe fight for them to take because everyone in the buildings is not going to move at all. They are not going to move.
Follow along their journey and see what they're able to figure out.
If they get a
Meanwhile,
really good opening here,
I've been watching
they could
them
just
do
shove
some
this and take it.
poke
There's a
damage
good
in the
crack. There's a
casing,
knock.
though. You
They
can
shoved
see in their
that.
POV how exactly
Ooh,
it's going
unfortunate.
down, because Jen is just
Bit of a
not
trade
letting up.
there.
It's all down to
2
Jen at this
knocks.
point. Take that portal back, see if they can maybe get a bit of a reset without
Watson
being
running in here.
followed.
It's not bad. You got 2
Meanwhile,
supports to
Inferno
res.
is eliminated.
Wraith is their entry.
Got the support
Looks like they're
perks
just gonna
on
go for a
Watson, which is
reset
gonna be
here.
Really nice, letting Phony regen up as soon as he's picked up. And hopefully letting 100 Thieves stabilize in mod. This will not
It's good they had
punished by
Watson there
Grow
for the
Gaming
reset.
because they were flanked at the time. Rock Esports.
Once this
trying to
closes,
poke
where's it
up
gonna
and
pull?
See if they could take a bite out of Grow. And 100 Thieves
This
get the
side,
reset
it's
as a
gotta
result.
be.
This
If it
next
pulls the
ring,
other
though,
side, then
be
everyone is
very
gonna be on the whole
telling.
lobby is
Where
gonna be
are we
upset.
going?
Look where everyone's holding.
Honestly,
Everyone's
huge
holding
change.
as if it's
Now
going to
basically
be.
Everybody that thought they were in ring, they're in ring.
Oh yeah, already. Okay, there it is. Yeah,
This is going to be
it just pulled.
an
I'm sorry.
insane final circle.
It pulled
Dia.
here. This is going to be a slow round. This is
What
going to
does
be
this
a
ring tell me?
slow
I think
zone.
this ring tells me, if I'm speaking to the ring, that we're going
North
a
side.
little bit further north towards the eggshell.
Yep,
rather
I'm in
than
agreement.
Deep into stacks. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Okay.
I agree.
And you can feel free to call me on that later on.
No,
if
I'm in
wrong.
agreement. It's
But
not going to
that
pull.
seems to be the biggest
I don't think it's
shift.
going to pull to the
Shopify
buildings on the
Rebellion
south.
Making their way in from the north. Liquid Alienware
It'll
right
pull
alongside them.
somewhere
Keep
on the
your
upper
eyes
half
on
here.
these two teams, as them
Not
clashing
here,
last time ended up
not
really
here,
hurting
not
Shopify's
here,
Rebellion's
not
chance
here.
to rotate.
I'm pretty sure it's going to pull right there. Pretty sure.
They'll also
It's gonna be a very slow game, where teams on the south side of this are all gonna have a really hard rotation in. 100 Thieves is in prime spot depending where it pulls next. 100 Thieves has been really great at calling zones and guessing stuff in terms of positioning. This is why they do so well. Their positioning is just A tier. It's fantastic.
Or if there are teams that will be looking their way.
And that is one of the big things that shifted with this next zone being revealed. If you were able to,
dude, 5-star has an impossible rotation here. It's looking really bad.
Dip back into dome and at least get the scan on where everyone is at. This ridge line is unlikely to be a game-winning position, which puts 5-star in a very awkward spot. Do they end up sending some teams in stacks and exposing themselves to a barrage of fire, or realistically,
Liquid just has to gain some momentum by clearing out the edge to find space.
Lava Siphon and stacks.
And they were
It's not
looking at that tunnel
over
a
for
little
them.
bit. I think they are aware that
They just have an uphill
do have
battle.
a team in there. So we'll have to see how they handle it now, getting to see where Liquid Alienware are. You would call that they might run into Shopify. And we see those pings coming out, but Shopify is playing it safe, staying in Geyser for just a little bit here, giving themselves some room while Liquid Alienware are determining which way they want to continue this rotation.
Both teams
These teams all in the south, dude. This is brutal.
To give themselves a retreat should they continue and find.
How is that even in, dude? How are they in up there?
That's actually extremely
It's not gonna end there, but like,
since
how are they
their choke
in?
point will
Like, meaning
take
like
them
all the way up
directly
that
to
height.
gaming. And for Exterminators,
Oh, they're on the
you
rock.
wish that they
Okay.
had a little bit of a
To run the
retreat.
shell, I was
Right
like, what
now,
is
I'm not
that?
seeing a void nexus that's been placed for them, but since they're moving up onto this high ground and challenging 5-star, there's a world where Exterminators suddenly find one knocked and have not much that they can do about it. We'll see what the ports look like as Altar Portal does take them a little closer to the high ground. Are they winning? They've done a lot of damage. Maybe 5-star just give this up.
Yeah, 5-stars is not holding anything
They don't have a
whatsoever.
lot of safe space to retreat to from here. They know they've got Oblivion in the tunnel, Masters of Evil right in front of them, who will also hear these shots coming through and be looking this direction. So Exterminators will be able to force 5-star out of the way. It doesn't put them in a great spot either, but it at least puts them safe into the next ring that they can then decide what to do from there.
Grow Gaming did take out a member.
It's like 5-star just isn't holding any space at all, or I guess bullying anybody, or even knowing where they're gonna go. They're just kind of floating. Exterminators, like Naughty's team, is just so much more clear and focused on what their goal is. You see how they're looking at so many different angles? Like at one point, like they had an angle here with 2 here, and they're looking both ways, right? And now they're gonna go for a ballsy play here.
This is going to be risky with how many teams are
Very
in the stacks
risky.
right now. There's going to be lots of bullets flying through the sky. Will they be able to make it through unscathed?
Ooh.
They try to go far east, similar to where VP is.
They got space, all right.
Finally get to see
That's crazy that they found something.
And it is not what these teams were planning here, Dia. So this
Yeah, they got a
should be
lot
interesting
of
as
space here now.
survive and have a place to hold
Very
the
nice,
leads
great
for now.
rotation. That was
I know you
great.
said it's not what the teams were expecting. But let's give me a little
But it's what
credit.
you were
It is
expecting, you're
exactly
right.
what I said was going to happen, and I am not letting that go. Ninjas in Pyjamas crack open the Mythic Crate and get themselves a triple take for their trouble, should they choose to accept it. And they do not. The triple
Oh
take
god, 100
above
Thieves,
the
this is
bed.
their game. 100 Thieves game. This right here, like I had said, nightmare.
We get a look
Nightmare.
here now.
I'm almost crying. You might not believe me, but
Jesus. I did call
Vibrant
this.
pitched.
They're waiting for the Kraber because they want their own collab here in Americas as we get
I don't necessarily think it'll end right here. I think it'll end maybe in the open. But 100 Thieves holding that height, they got a lot of power. They'll have to worry about a team. There's going to be at least one team that's going to end up like on top over here. One team. I know we have a lot on the left, but I'm anticipating that a lot of them are going to get eliminated, and there'll be one team to worry about.
With the way that hop-ups function in today's economy.
Yeah, 100 Thieves should be mopping up. This is their game right here.
Especially when you're playing Rampart and want to benefit from the additional Sheila. Ninjas in Pyjamas do have a problem to solve though, and that is the Team Liquid Alienware actually have a pretty easy to defend position. Even with a Kraber, through an amped wall, a Kraber's doing nothing. And
I mean, they get one headshot or one knock. It's possible.
He's having trouble finding right now.
And he doesn't really have a lot of time to be peeking. And while all of this is happening, you could see creeping off to the side.
They have time. They have the next zone, but they do need to clear the space.
Maybe there's an
Was that a
opportunity for them to
knock?
clean up. A shot was taken.
Not by him, but by somebody else.
This might be the moment that they decide to move in and see if they can maybe push T-Law out of their position and claim it for themselves.
Look at the amount of shields between T-Law and Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, it's a lot to work through.
Close range fight, if anything. You can see Yanya dipping just below Liquid Alienware, and that might be the call from them. If Ninjas in Pyjamas
It's good patience. They have to push through, though.
Liquid Alienware, I'd be second guessing myself too.
A little bit of a push, a little bit of a retreat, but it does force Liquid Alienware off of them.
What they could do, this is kind of a ballsy play, if they hoarded underneath and went up here as a group to flank around and move. It's risky though, and I guess they also this team has to deal with underneath. Well, that's them. But they actually just dropped on off height. Yeah, they're looking for space here. They're clearing it. Very nice. It's close, close. One more shot. Nice.
Not even behind the door. Exterminators will take down.
They have Snotty Stam has a good spot here.
Rampages, Ninjas in Pyjamas are doing much the same.
Nice, good cleanup on Ninja's part. I know that Team Liquid has potential in it, but I was a little surprised with how passive they were. Also, the fact they gave up height. I've seen a lot more plays out of Team Liquid before. I know their team; they're a really strong roster. But like they were being very, very passive on that. Could be also they couldn't find an opportunity to push back. Oh, what happened to 100 Thieves here? How'd they lose the space? Oh my god, that sucks.
We can also see that Grow Gaming did decide to back off.
That's not good.
Third party, what was going on between Ninjas and Pyjamas.
100 Thieves lost their spot, but they have a potential here to get it back. Maybe they got a res immediately here. They got a res.
The 100 Thieves are a bit injured here after some of that damage has.
Man, they lost their space. I don't know how. I wish I was watching the lead about how they lost it.
While Jen is trying to keep them at bay.
Oh, that's over for 100 Thieves. That's over.
Right now for Grow
Man, how'd they lose that?
Sometimes you gotta shotgun them, sometimes you just punch them right in the face.
I know it's a lot to look at, but that was a 100 Thieves game right there, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Phony alive to try and get these reses, survive.
Or even if it, I just the knock on the Newcastle was just brutal.
Fire aren't doing too much better as most teams.
I'm sure they're upset about that too. It feels like that was such a missed opportunity. Yeah, so everyone's gonna start getting eliminated. Questionable wall. I'm not really sure what that was about. Ooh, I did pull out in the field, like I said. I really think that if 100 Thieves just held the height and then put walls up there, they would. I'm not sure. I really wish I knew the lead up there. Were they on a floor below? Did they start scaling them underneath? Like, what went wrong?
Nobody's going to be going through the wall anytime soon on THUGGETS, and for DMG,
because they're a team that knows how to hold, so that surprises me. I know Nox team is a really great pushing team too, so I just wish I knew the lead up.
We don't see them extending too much to try and finish off the kills that they had on DMG, letting teams like Ninjas and Pyjamas pick some of that up. CIMJ are positioned opposite Rock.
Rock has been holding this spot for a very long time too, so they've had the opportunity to set up quite a few
good shots. Overall, good pressure, I should say.
See if he can maybe clear CIMJ out. They are eliminated, and now that opens up so much.
These teams are gonna have to fight here. If they move forward, they can secure more space on this. That's really the goal.
Playing aggressive as Oblivion go down.
Like if they can hold most of this side as they're moving in, and this moves in, they're gonna be looking good. But they gotta like.
Nobody can see into it. THUGGETS try and slam on the outside, and immediately are gonna get melted by the shield of this nation.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think they should have waited a little longer. This was no matter what. This whole circle here moving in was gonna be impossible. ROC has a great opportunity here to secure space and look down on a lot of this going on right here.
Space was hoping for, or Esports tried. They do go down though. Exterminators shortly follow. 100 Thieves going down on And all the while, Ninjas and Pyjamas have just been waiting on the outskirts on the northern side looking for their
I'm surprised by Hunter Thieves and Liquid's momentum so far. Liquid's playing a little slow, and Hunter Thieves, I really don't know how they got run up on.
Trying to take out this rat in DMG, but this is not setting up Grow Gaming as it's just down to Dropped.
With one little bit of zone left, Dropped is going to try and go for these reds.
ROC, like I had mentioned, really good spot here. I don't know if it's game winning, but it's close. Because anything could happen here. They really are in prime spot though, ROC. Because all three of these teams have to fight. ROC has a center. If they just hold the height and maintain pressure but don't get greedy.
Ninjas and Pyjamas looking straight at them. We're down to 5.
That was rough.
They got to take it slow. But don't want leave their backs completely unexposed. ROC's got great positioning today. They're very consistent. Not only from like the first game, but the second game, they're proving that they understand how to play. They get it.
A strong position. When it comes to the southern side, Unreal Nightmare, Masters of Evil are the only 2 teams to survive coming out.
They just got to be careful with the
Rock have got problems that Unreal Nightmare don't. Well, Rails has infinite
oh, they're shoving
ammo.
it.
Rock has stayed in the eggshell long enough that they're starting to run out. And Unreal Nightmare, they've run out of patience, pushing up onto the Masters of Evil.
I mean, if they can clear this out clean, but that's not clean. That's over. That's done for them. No, Maggie's not banned. ROC's got to watch out for this. If they clear this back and they look down, but it's not, this team's going to push up. Oh.
Great job staying alive there with
Top 3.
Evil, but now you've got Shopify in the
this is anyone's game because ROC could get stuck here.
With these Sheila walls for
but Shopify is really, you know.
And Shopify are looking to see if they can maybe sneak up on them. Maybe get a little bit of an angle here.
Yeah, ROC's going to get stuck here, man. If only maybe they cleared their south side a little faster. Or even the north, if they just chose. They kind of got sandwiched here. It was great positioning overall, though, but now it's like the worst positioning.
Positioning away from Rock, but with Alter, anything is possible. I mean, Rock could
this is anybody's game right now because anybody can create walls. Everyone's in kind of a decent spot with walls.
The real X factor here. The big thing is that Masters of Evil do not want to push Rock, who are on high ground.
This is anybody's game. Anybody's game. They could choose to go here. They could choose to go here. I really don't know. This team could shove them. They could shove them. It's literally a perfect circle of where people can go. You could also get the perfect steal. We'll see.
Are they going to go for that low ground and fight Masters of Evil, try to go for the KP?
Anybody's game. It could literally go any one of these teams. Whoever makes the first mistake or makes the first push or gets knocked.
This is where it's all going to pop off, Dia. It's just this final 3v3v3.
Yep. Everyone's got walls. Everyone's got defenses. Who's going to make the first mistake? Big steal, maybe. Oh, good from the wall. They're going to push forward. I don't even know, honestly. There's probably the first mistake. Wow, they shoved them. They just went for it, bro. ROC now has the win. If ROC waits, they win. If they get greedy, they lose. Oh, they got it. Nice. The other team got impatient, man. They got impatient. I think if they just waited. It's just a matter of who was going to wait long enough.
How did they stay alive?
Their second win in a row. Rock do the same thing.
Wow, really great plays by ROC.
Play for a power position.
No, not at all. This is the second game that they're positioning. Wow, look at them. Honestly, they're gonna run away with this today. Their positioning is crazy consistent.
Because they had no death boxes to play with.
They're holding well. They're patient. They're securing ground. They're getting right into zone, and they're pressuring well. Like, I might have repeated 2 things there, but my God, it's very consistent.
You know, Rock took the fight to Shopify, and I really thought that was potentially going to be their undoing. I thought that would be when Masters of Evil would then peek up over and do so much damage that Rock couldn't recover, but they just 3v6'd and came out on top. I mean, Rock look so strong.
They do. They got so much momentum right now. My gosh.
Also a very conservative game at the same time, like you said. Like they didn't.
How do you pressure well? I mean, they're taking shots. Like on the north side, they made sure teams respected them. They were looking on the south side, making sure, hey, we got the knock, so we're maintaining pressure. A team could have easily run up on them, but they didn't.
But they did it so perfectly.
Dude, the Super Light 2 is, I'm still using it. Now, if you're used to bigger shape mice, your aim is going to be shaky for like a week or 2. But I really love it. It's a great mouse. It's weird, but I actually is starting to switch back down to 1,000 polling rate rather than 8K. I know that sounds strange. I might do a video on that.
Yesterday during match day 8, when it looked like they were falling apart, even in this first game.
Question: can Liquid and 100 Thieves get some momentum back? As like ROC's on fire right now. If they do it 3 games in a row, Jesus, you know.
16 points. It is still going to leave them pretty far off the.
It's not a mistake at that point.
5th place right now, where Rock are at 42, dwarfing everyone else's points.
And look at the difference as well with the double digits in the KP for our top 4, and then it falls off pretty aggressively from there. We talk about point sponges all the time, and we're seeing exactly that happen just across multiple teams right now, which makes it even harder for the teams at the bottom to get the points that they're going to need. So we're going to need to see some of these squads picking up quickly because we only have 4 matches left. But of course, it means we also have 1 more match left on Worlds.
Yeah, we switch over. Things will change dramatically when we're on Storm Point. I'm curious. That was only game 2. See, 4 more. ROC's already won 2 games back to back. They got crazy momentum right now. Yeah, it's crazy. When you see a team like that, that's just skill at that point. But also, like, I know the skills of, like, Liquid and 100 Thieves. Like, they are great teams. They just, for some reason, are not getting their momentum. 100 Thieves, or sorry, Team Liquid was very passive holding that bridge. Which is kind of out of character for them. They're usually a very aggressive squad. Casual rank, the downside of running Newcastle Rampart unless you have an aggressive squad. Usually a team will bulldoze you, or if you get a knock and you have no momentum. Why this works is because you don't have to cover a lot of ground to secure knocks. Also, if you guys enjoying the watch party, be sure to leave a like. We very much appreciate it. Trying to see if this becomes a normal thing that we do. I am missing kind of doing like gameplay streams, but maybe I'll do like a gameplay stream during the week, or I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to figure it out. Hey Cobra, thank you so much, man. 37 months. Let's go.
Sony InZone, the official monitor of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Welcome back to the ALGS Pro League here in the Americas region. My name is Dean. I am joined by Genome, and we have just finished our 2nd game of the day. The second
game 3.
game won by Rock. Those two things are the same thing, Genome, and it is surprising to see Rock taking such a huge lead, especially in a zone like this that actually looked like it could have gone out of their control.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they say out of control, but it really could have gone any way this last game. Quite literally.
And then,
they just made a push on them, and then they gave it to ROC.
Zone were just so much fun. I mean, you see Shopify just fishing.
This was anybody's game, though. It could have gone any which way, depending which team got more impatient or made the first mistake, taking too much damage.
And it was them really that got the big fish, wasn't it? I was wondering actually if you put a void passage to the top of the egg, whether you can pop out on the top of it or if it just like pops you out and spits you out on the other side. Either way, they found some very creative ways to pop in and out, do a lot of damage without taking too much themselves. It was really the efficiency in trading that won this one for Rock.
I know that we just ran it. I want to run, if we can, the last couple seconds of this again, because I realized that I even got confused in those last couple seconds because Shopify Rebellion are waiting on the eggshell. I thought they popped out, popped back, like baited a fight and popped back in. Instead, it's a long-range altar portal from the Masters of Evil on
Yeah,
low
they got
ground.
impatient. I don't know. I was surprised you didn't see that.
Teams. That's I mean, it is a small difference, but it is a huge difference in terms of how much risk Rock actually had to engage in order to win that game, which is ultimately very little now.
It was based on whose altar port, or it just was the first mistake.
Evil POV at all in that sort of last section. So yeah, wow. I guess they still were a factor in that fight.
All right, Newcastle's banned. We're gonna see more Rampart.
Yeah,
Storm Point. We got a lot of open ground, so
in all of that final circle,
if you run altar, great
not
fallback,
just
but
for
covering ground, we
one
might see
team
some switch
like
ups there,
Masters of Evil,
maybe.
who did play around the wall fantastically. Shopify Rebellion or Rock who held on to
It's a lot of open space.
It's going to be part of no one's game plan. Newcastle is banned. We follow in the footsteps of our forefathers in EMEA. And the big question for me is, after match 3, will Watson be banned? Or are we doing something a little different?
I mean, Watson wasn't a high pick rate the last game, and Watson doesn't have as much power in Storm Point, so I think that's an odd call out.
You know, let's just throw out the data in the first half, where obviously we've had some pretty big differences in Legend balancing.
Like, Watson holds less power in Storm Point because of the open fields, but she can secure more space.
Previous times it has been caustic,
So I don't necessarily. It would surprise me if everyone picks Watson.
to plan. But then after that,
But you need mobility for this map, at least to get to the zones. Watson's good for holding power, but we'll see probably more Rampart, because that's what we saw in the prior match. We'll see, we'll see.
So yeah, I think it could be one of those three: Alta, Crypto, or Watson.
The Crypto, no way. That's a completely off-base choice. Watson, pretty low. Alter, pretty high. It's going to be a rotation-based Legend. It's got to be. They're going to gut rotation, so then whoever is rotating late makes the biggest mistake. I could be wrong, but I feel like they're off base.
To agree on one or two compositions, like we talked about, the sheeple. But
Unless you just get gifted with zones.
as we pop into
Like, why would you pick Crypto? Like, who's playing Crypto in Storm Point unless you're APAC? What are we talking about here?
Legend will be banned moving into game number 4, so enjoy while you can, because next match on Storm Point, you are eating grenades.
No castle walls, no interception pylons.
Let's see what people do, I don't know.
That will be eating up those nades. And the other two...
I know, sorry, I know I was kind of misspeaking. I know it's World's Edge next, but I mean in general, like...
But Alter and Crypto, the other two that we said...
I still don't understand why you would ban Crypto. Or, like, would be the higher pick. We'll see.
Sort of fixation one way or the other, but they were up at 70%. So we are seeing a lot of those three. Also, can I just say, if we're going off the sheep...
All right, let's see the zone. Let's see the picks. I want to see. Let's moment of truth.
Even better because the teams who aren't playing, you know, the bunker.
Even for Storm Point, it's all about rotation.
Prevalent one, therefore the sheep. They're actually the aggro teams. So they're
yeah,
like
Crypto. There's only like a few Cryptos. Like, what are we?
Down, right?
Whoa. Okay.
Higher, sure.
I see the thematic thread that you're weaving here, and
So I guess Watson. Okay.
Like it a lot.
I was wrong on that. On that
I
one.
am looking forward to seeing a few more Maggies on that
1, 2, 3,
thread
4,
as well,
5,
because
6, 7, 8,
seeing
9,
that come
10,
out from
11,
Shopify
12,
Rebellion
13,
was quite
14, 15,
exciting,
16.
We've got
It's
some
gonna be
on
Watson.
Fire, we've got some on DGAP as well. Maggie
Alter 1, 2,
is
3, 4,
increasingly
5,
a prevalent
6, 7,
pick,
8,
so much so that we're even
9,
seeing
10,
the
11,
Ninjas and Pyjamas pick this
12, 13, 14. Walter's very close.
I was really hoping in that last circle.
No way, Crypto. That's all. That would confuse the heck out of me.
See some really clutch Maggie drills come out, but it seemed like there was just enough
I can
space
understand
inside
Watson,
that
though.
dome for Rock to be able to dodge them. And they were mostly used on Masters of Evil.
I mean, Newcastle's wall is essentially being used to block grenades and stuff, and then you have Watson instead.
So that's one down.
So I was
ready for
partially
5
wrong.
stars.
Own up to it. I apologize. I'm sorry, chat.
With which that door opened, they almost stuck 5 stars.
But Crypto
as well.
was a completely
And the
strange
fact that
choice
5
to
stars
mention.
Stayed in this building or in this area likely means that
Getting the Watson usage
Oblivion
now,
are going
I
to
will
find them.
like it, I'm thinking it through. It makes
See
more
what
sense
actually
because then you're getting the
occurs.
Watson
There
usage
is a little
because you're
bit
not going to
of
use it on
room
Storm
in thermal
Point.
station for everyone to retreat into. That
Watson's
includes
really
the
strong on World's
five
Edge.
star teams that are there, but When fiery Maggie balls come out, things can get a little bit spicy, and Virtus.pro are experiencing that at least firsthand. Sitting in Harvester right now, they've got the one death box to work with, but a defensive position seems to be favoring them as they haven't planned out their rotation.
Some of the big brain picks here would be assuming that everyone in the lobby was going to pick Watson.
Because
oh, James went down. That's unfortunate.
We hadn't had any north zones.
That Watson was going to be a high pick rate, so you would go crypto to counter. But also, teams that don't play crypto aren't just going to run crypto. Crypto's a very high skill ceiling legend, even for pros.
People only talk about the West and the East in Melbourne.
What was the zone? I need to see the zone
I'm
again.
like in the north, like sort of like on the cusp of both, and I feel like you're asking me the same question. It's like
I want to see the zone one more time.
You commit one way or the other when it kind of doesn't matter.
This is not a bad hold here.
I'll accept that. I'll accept.
Pull up that mini map for us, please.
I won't give you that it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I will give you that you don't have to commit. And I respect your lack of commitment. Unreal Nightmare. They are wondering where they'll commit themselves.
Well, tell me. Where do you think it is? Answer your own question, Tia.
So it's an interesting question that you raised. Let's talk about the Kansas City Pioneers rotation for a second, shall we?
RC. Interesting rotation here. One got a knock, though. Didn't get him up. They're going to get shoved, though. Ooh, great nade there.
Increasingly curious.
If they can res them in time. They got to res, like, immediately. There's a res. Great knock, though. Getting bullied, though.
They are much less safe than we've seen them in the past.
Great pressure back. This is what I was talking about. RSC's pressure to stall an enemy team. Amazing pressure. The unfortunate part is that they're getting shot from multiple angles. Then you take that fall back. That's unfortunate.
Is there a void nexus that could take them to safety?
I just don't think I think it's just more death.
I'm just trying to work out.
Their pressure, though, it just sucks that another team is looking at them. I know where they're trying to go. ROC still skillful.
That long, DR. Like, were they that obsessed with sitting in that position that they didn't?
No, they wanted to keep rotating. They didn't want to fall back and fall behind. That was the issue.
In their hesitance,
I think they were hoping that they could have gotten a quick reset and then just kept moving. It's not like they were gonna hold there.
I can't bring a lot of clarity to what led Rock to this delayed decision when they.
Okay, so the delayed decision that they're confused about was that ROC wants to get further into zone, and that they got a knock, but they knocked somebody back, and they maintained an immense amount of pressure. They got a knock and literally pressure. The other team was shooting them, but if they got the res and then they kept moving, they would have been just fine. The delay wasn't like it was an accident. They had pressure. It's just some of the angles in which they were aiming there just wasn't ideal. So that's the thought process that the casters are missing there, just FYI. Because even it's like, imagine that res, they kept moving, like, okay, let's go, let's get out of here. That's all they needed. They needed at least a window of like 2 to 3 seconds tops. Maybe just moving one angle and they would have been just fine. They would have gotten it.
Caught up to them, but they have been playing this composition. Okay, I don't know. Look, this metaphor is going to fall apart if we try and.
It's possible they could have left him.
There must be like alpaca.
Taking the fallback. The reason why they don't take it is that it's so risky. There's so many teams up in general just to take that fallback.
I'll just give it up.
I mean, they're using it as a last-ditch effort, but the fact that casters are saying they didn't understand it. See, like now that they're back up, but they didn't like look where Hunter Thieves is, right?
That's where the circle's heading. Shopify
okay,
taking their sweet
I mean, they must be predicting that's going to end right here. They went right back to it.
The north as well.
It could pull here. I don't think it'll pull here. I don't think it'll pull here. I don't think it'll pull here. I think it's going to end on that area, like here somewhere. I'm going to color it all in right there somewhere.
Qualify for regional finals.
But notice how ROC went right back to the spot. They want this spot. They want to hold this area in general. It wasn't an accident. They just got bullied. A team pressuring here realistically should be non-existent. Also, the fact that they got picked on when they could clearly have focused the other team was also just bad RNG.
coming out of this side by thermal station actually could dip.
So
back
that
into
would be my
thermal
assessment.
and get a ring scan
Based on
themselves, should they
the
wish
caster
to.
saying they don't
It is
understand why they would do that. That's
uncertain
literally
whether
my
they'll actually
assessment
think
of
that's
it.
worth it or not.
And
We'll
ROC
quickly
did manage to get a
note as
reset.
well,
Luckily,
Rock
that's
took a
pure
really
luck.
long time to rotate out of that position
But
with the
they went
landslide.
through the
They
stack of
rotated right
probability.
back into the
Could we
graveyard
res
that they
here?
originally
Could we
went out
maintain
of.
pressure?
It seemed to be
Yes.
faring
Do we get the
better.
res off? No.
That's
Let's take
really
fallback.
risky.
It's a last resort.
Fool me
Fallback
once.
is always last resort
Fool me
for the most
twice.
part.
Shame
If
on
they
you.
weren't
I guess
pressuring and weren't getting
we'll
knocks,
see what
then they
happens.
would have to have
Maybe
left way
they can
sooner.
avoid the Maggie drills a little bit better this time. We head well down south. We're watching the
lifeline.
longbow do some serious damage to, I think that's DMG on the wrong side of that sniper rifle. Of course, the Sentinel not in the game right now. So if you're a sniper enjoyer, mostly it's the charge rifle, but we have actually seen a surprising number of longbow shots come through so far here in North America.
You're going to get run down here.
The scope
They got
use of
height on them.
access has been quite nice.
See if they
Maybe
can get
not
away.
Quite as nice as it was for 30-30 enjoyers, but
They're very
close
spread
enough
out.
to at least let it not be
Oh,
too
there's a knock. That's
punishing.
it. That's just going to secure
Definitely
like
saw
a push.
Ava making good use of it. Just
Isolated.
Now making good use of the Peacekeeper to try and defend from DMG, but at this point, once DMG have a knock and once they've got a clear line of sight on you, it's 1 KP that gets given up, and it's up to DGAP not to take this fight, but to run from it.
Good Skynade.
Sniper shots ring out. Amelie, does she know
That's unfortunate.
that DJ Killer is here lurking? As we mentioned at the start of today, one of the most dangerous players in the lobby. Meanwhile, Future streams. He wins his one against James Fearless.
Would have been a crazy Skynade.
Helping out a lot. That Skynade did make me clench. I'm not gonna lie. DJ Killa, after popping this med kit, should have a way in, but gets caught by the thermite instead, and it's Ava that's going on the push. DJ Killa.
Oh, baited.
Aggressively. Future streams healing on the low ground. Got backup on the way, but again,
Oh,
Zone's
God.
just doing a little bit too much
Good
right
juking
now.
with the
Takes a
Wraith
long
Q there.
time, but DGAP do eventually go down, leaving just one squad, the Victors, DMG entry. DGAP.
Hunter Thieves choosing to play Edge Zone, by the way. They got to get some momentum under their belt.
Trigger discipline just a little bit better for the DMG player there.
Ooh, great
And
shots by
Zainu
Koiful. Nice.
pulls out both of the light weapons in order to put paid to Oren. Esports.
Hunter Thieves kind of lingering here, seeing what they can do.
Well, a lot of fights happening well within the zone right now.
I see where it pulls.
A lot of zone damage being
Dude,
taken
ROC is like
by
crazy at the zone prediction
all of the
today.
teams getting into
See if they continue their
engagements
momentum.
in the last couple of minutes.
Shopify Rebellion extending out for the kills, though, is very much in line with the scrims that we were talking about this week. The scrims that led us to believe this would be a titan of a team moving into the weekend. Want to see if they can continue this.
All right, we'll look at the
trend,
zone
or
in
if
just
it'll
a
get
minute.
shut down like it was yesterday. Still very much to determine the flavor of this lobby, whether it is one that is more risk aggressive or risk averse. Oblivion, for their part, extremely risk averse, as we have seen multiple times, and Team Inferno are watching them get on and off the zip line like
Team
4
Liquid has
times.
probably the highest
Don't find a
probability
knock,
here
but
of winning.
I think Team Inferno
As long as they
likely pretty
make sure that these
convinced by
teams don't
whatever
push
just
in,
happened.
because I think
Oblivion
it's
will
going to
see if
end
they
right
end up
here on this
landing
spot.
safely.
I think.
Keep your eyes on the kill feed just in case, as doesn't look like it went too well.
ROC doesn't have a bad spot, but it's bad for now until like this happens and everyone is like stacked up over here.
The scouts we've got in there, 30-30s will.
They got to worry about
just
this
a couple
height,
bullets
and then like
will
if it
have
pulls where I think
bleeding
it's going to
out
pull, they're going to be at
on
low
the
ground.
ground.
It's going to be a little
Multiple
messy.
members of Oblivion. I mean, they even had the Gibby. That's what you were asking for, Dia. Oblivion bought it out here in Game 3. Sadly, the other most creative comp, probably DGAP with Lifeline and Maggie. Obviously, we also saw them see DMG get the better of them.
Maybe not flourishing in this particular game.
Ooh.
We'll have to hope that these picks, these creative compositions.
We'll see if Liquid can pull this out, because
find
they're
a
in
little
like
bit more
God
security
spot
in the
essentially right
later
now.
stages when everybody is
Future
forced out
God
of
spot.
comfort due to the
Not God
Legion
spot right
bans.
now, but it will be a
Shopify
future God
Rebellion
spot.
playing in an uncomfortable area themselves. They do have a truck to
Team
play.
Liquid just needs to make sure this whole mess that's happening right now, that they stay on top of it. 100 Thieves, and it could call the response by just knocking everyone in front of them and just bulldozing forward. We'll see if that happens too. That's also a possibility. Because, I mean, they've done that before.
At least in a head peak right now, the zone right at their backs does cause a bit of a problem for them.
Arna struggling. It's only the Crypto left up, and I'm not sure he's even going to be able to get a res or a reset onto the Watson player. CIMJ similarly in a rough situation. They're on the low ground, kind of in the middle of nowhere. They've got about 6 teams behind them who are about to make their rotate, but it's 100 Thieves versus Shopify Rebellion. An exciting matchup here.
As the Thuggets
Yeah,
go
100 Thieves is
down,
just really shoving through.
Look for Shopify.
Oh, man.
Eva 8 play out of Jen Burton.
That's the response from that we were mentioning that Team Liquid needed to have. They stopped their momentum and just told them, we are securing our spot, and they don't care. Team Liquid, all they have to do is go right back, right over here, and hold their spot, and they're looking great. They pretty much, they did exactly what I said. Either 100 Thieves gets momentum, or Team Liquid slows that and just stalls everyone on that side, and they stalled them, man.
Doing the same with this small train cart that will provide them safety, but not on the next ring close.
Yeah, look, Fancy Feet is certainly one way to talk about a controller player who unfortunately cannot move while they are trying to get a shield swap in front of 3 different teams. It was a little bit rough in the middle there, 400 Thieves. I'm surprised that, you know, Shopify lasted as long as they did, but now having gone out in 16th as well.
This whole south side is going to become a mess. We're going to drop down at least 3 or 4 teams immediately. Let's see if ROC spot remains good, and if Team Liquid can hold this pressure. The team on ship isn't in a bad spot. Oh, they're going for like just the outside here. It's going to be really messy.
Virtus.pro defensive EMP for them wins them the fight.
Yeah, but it's not going to win them positioning.
DMG or an Esports going to fall as well.
Ooh.
Team Liquid Alienware in the north, and we've got yet
nice.
Another aggressive EMP. This time out of Rock.
Oh, but they're getting pressured.
Space against CIMJ, but ultimately give up Deed's life in the process.
Another
push from behind.
Push
Rock
back.
To reevaluate their priorities. They eat an EMP, have no defensive positioning, and 2 teams.
Oh man, everyone's just sandwiching on them.
Nightmare. One of those squads playing the outside of the fence line as CIMJ do go down. Unreal Nightmare.
Look at this, God. If they manage to clutch it out, that'll be insane. Oh my God, they might. Oh no. Wow, no shot. That is crazy for ROC. Crazy. Liquid getting a little greedy here, but they control the lobby at the moment.
100% living up to its name in this game.
Liquid has a lot of space here.
That's the end of Rock, right?
There, yeah.
Look at all the death boxes.
Oh my God, dude, that's crazy impressive that ROC held it off, and Liquid really commanding space in the lobby.
As much as he is able to carry, I'm sure.
Look at that. You see, they saw it and they know to clear it. Liquid gaining some momentum here. ROC, what an amazing pull, Jesus.
Have a really good chance of running out some placement points here, unless
Sen, what's up?
the remaining member does get fanned out.
All right, you see, this is Liquid's game right here. Liquid, if they lose this, it's a throw. Everyone else, the Mirage, is just fighting from top side to bottom side.
That's going to be a mass exodus that we're going to see claim many lives.
All they got to do, Liquid just has to wait. That's it. And pressure.
Hoping to stay for a few more seconds, making it at least up to 5th place, perhaps even further. The Ninjas in Pyjamas. One of our squads that will have to leave. They've got an aggressive composition with which to do it, but that means not a lot of safety once you hit the floor outside Virtus.pro, where you've got all of Grow.
Oh, Liquid, come on, don't get greedy here. You don't have to push very much. This is greedy, dude. I mean, sure, but no way, dude. No way. Is this a throw? Like, come on. What are we doing? Oh my God, dude.
Let's see what this nade can do. Grow Gaming are out. Not gonna come through. Onto Team Liquid.
Oh my God. Look, they even see it. They even say they gave the high ground. What were they thinking, bro?
amazing rat play coming through from
Look,
Blixer,
what were
who
they
somehow
doing?
avoided detection this entire time. Remember,
No
this is the
way.
single
Look at the
member of
trade-off
Oblivion who
there,
managed to
dude.
make
I
it
might as well
through
just get it from the
on their
computer and
rotate
walk
from
away. That's
thermal.
crazy. That's a throw,
Jeez.
dude.
Look, yeah, Ninjas in Pajamas now.
They saw it. They're like, bro, they just gave up height.
Somehow,
Why'd they push that?
Liquid have taken the high ground.
They got
Not
nothing but
only that,
rats
Kura
down
with
below.
The pylon from up here is actually probably going to save them from a lot of the ills that could befall them.
I'm still just utter shock. That's crazy.
Exterminator member
Literally,
is
the
still
top
up
team
on
would drop down on the
top
rats, and Team Liquid would just have to hold this height.
Russia Twat, did they just call in a Moby?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
watching
dude.
it go. Oh my god.
Ninjas
Oh
in
my god.
This is Ninja's game now. They swap
my
places.
Terminators get both reses off just as the zone is about to close. We've got one more team exiting from Mirage Twaj.
What are we doing?
Absolutely gross. Insane that they managed to find a position that was even Ninjas and Pajamas had nothing else to do but to try and look and find an angle there, and they still couldn't. That's incredibly well done from the Exterminators to find a safe angle to pull that res off.
It's very
Meanwhile,
possible that they still win this, but they're gonna have teams
Someone's
jump right on
finally
them.
seen him, and the issue with one person seeing him
Oh.
is the whole lobby sees where those traces are going.
Messy. It's gonna get messy.
Seems
This is
like the
Ninja Pajamas'
Exterminators
game.
really did end up living up
This
to
is their game.
Jumping down onto Blinks.
The other teams have to run into each other and they have height. We'll see how long though.
They found the rat, and Exterminators are not going to give up easily. Ninjas in Pajamas doing the same thing to Liquid that Liquid did to Grow moments before. Naughty already down, Jelly fallen, Exterminators are out. That means Oblivion's
Just gotta
rat
wait.
is
They gotta
still
wait and they got
alive.
this.
Blinks are right underneath his vein right now.
Gonna try to throw in the height of it. See if it lands. Oh, nice.
Really run into trouble.
Yep, slowly is one way to put it, but these drills are just dominating Ninjas.
Now, it would be impressive if Liquid pulls us back.
Nip do find the shots to take down.
There's no way. There's no way though. The Maggie Ball already set the stage.
Wrecking Ball comes out. Kurev
Oh, whoa! No way!
does end
Did
up
Ninja
one
Pajamas
team
throw
locked in.
this? What a comeback from Team Liquid!
This is so rough. Liquid Alienware.
No way! How does they even got the ball push? How? How they got so split? We went from one throw to another. Oh my god, that is ridiculous.
Liquid Alienware win our second
Wow.
zone.
Shells, it's good to see you. What's up?
It was very well played from them. I mean, they had that sort of tracked position.
Dude, Ninjas of
Somehow
Pajamas
it
had that. They even got the
swaps
ball
over
hit
with Ninjas in
initially,
Pajamas,
but they like
and then you think
split.
they're gonna eat about, you know,
That was
400
two
damage from
throws.
drills and balls
A throw
each
by
as they
Team
even just
Liquid, and then the
approached that
throw
fight.
right back
And
onto
then
them.
someone come out on
Ridiculous.
top.
Yeah, I am serious about taking a look back at this end zone because much like last end zone where
No, they just pushed individually. One threw the ball, one stayed up and throws Gen, and then they poured it on top of them and isolated them out.
This end zone, I'm
Dude,
also looking at it and going,
crazy.
Ninjas in Pajamas on high ground. Ninjas in Pajamas on high ground.
Team Liquid dropping down no matter what was a throw from the very beginning.
Alienware, 14 kills,
That was a throw,
26
but they managed to
victory,
somehow get
and
lucky
from the high ground where Ninjas in
and
Pajamas
clutch out.
just were. I felt like I was
Ninjas in
watching
Pajamas,
City,
how was
or
their game?
actually, let's name a good movie.
Once
I felt like
it
I
spun
was
back
on the
over.
stage.
They literally had height.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been some Nizel shenanigans right on the altar. It had to be. I don't see any other way which they could have managed that. But
Yeah,
you're right,
it's good
we
to have
probably
you guys
gotta look
back.
back
Good to see ya.
to pin it down exactly. But we do
We're
know
3
is
games
after
in.
that win, where Team Liquid
That
picked
one
up
was upsetting me. I
14
was like,
kills,
dude,
they
how
would
could
move
you
up to
drop
4th
on that?
position
Oh,
with 28
God.
Points, but no one
Good on them
is
for
coming
clutching it
anywhere
out. That
near
was
one
rough.
So far, with 50 points, not quite
Liquid
matching up
coming
to the
right
60
back.
we saw earlier today.
ROC had an
on the
amazing
first
hold.
map, but certainly doing their job to try and win the day with 50 points.
Liquid
on the
was
map.
really great at commanding space here.
Plenty of KP to go with it as well. Right now, Rock are absolutely slaying, and as of right now, Liquid keeping themselves in the regional finals at the same time. We talked about
I know they need
Target's
kills. I'm just really
important for
surprised
them.
that they. I'm
They're
still like
also
just.
moving
I don't
on
know.
up the leaderboards, but Tart can get a lock. I think if we're looking at this from the point of view of Pioneers being locked, we could say that Liquid are as well. And a little bit further down. I think if you're jumping up above the 69-point range, that's where you can be safe. THUGGETS need 3, 4... I could do this. 3, 13, 12. They need 12 more points to at least to make sure that their spot is safe. And that's really what today is all about, Glitter, because we have got only 3 more games and very few regional spots left to claim.
Yeah, I think Storm Point is going to be a little messy in the most fun and chaotic way that Apex Legends could possibly be. This was quite the first half, to say the least. And
yeah, no kidding. A lot of momentum from teams.
This is what we are getting right now, just out of World's Edge alone. So we're going to take a quick break, let our players kind of take a deep breath here as we go into our halftime segment, because it's time to start talking about a couple of these other regions. And for everyone at home, let's dive into what you might have missed, because while we did match day 9 for EMEA earlier today, and while we're currently in match day 9 for the Americas, APAC North wrapped up their entire region over the last couple days. So we're going to do a quick check-in and see how all of that went. Genome, first, tell us about match day 8.
Yeah,
SD Shells, how are you guys? Are you guys been watching ALGS up to this point?
To have 2 games of Caustic in EMEA earlier today, Glitter, but we had a full set, a full 6 games of Caustic, because one team, very much like DMG, decided not to play him in the first round, and that meant Newcastle actually got banned out first, and then it was
Watson's getting banned for this next round. The question is, what legends are we going to use for rotation on Stormpoint?
Eulariman almost pulled off a 1v1v3 as he takes down 2 members of Riddle, and I swear on my life he would have taken down the 3rd if he didn't get his head snapped off by a Kraber the next second by Tider. At this point, you're like, well, obviously Riddle are going to take this out. It's you know, they'll just get a couple of reses against Penota here. No, what you haven't seen is there's 2 TIE members raining down from the sky right now. Yep, that's a nice last second respawn from the ship here. And the 3v3 ensues somehow from the situation we were in just a second ago. Riddle Order do end up clutching this one out, but it's kind of strange that it even came down to a clutch. In the end, it was Eulariman with 33 kills. He needed just 2 in the final game to get the record, which Asia's broke just last week at APAC South. He unfortunately got 0 and ended on the 33 and didn't quite make it there, but nonetheless, Unlimit do win the day.
Crazy pop-up performances, but that was just day 8. Of course, then we have to talk about the story of the day for match day 9, because overall that was really Fnatic. They won the series by just 3 points over Soten in second place with a first, second, and third place finish across the board. But we did
excited for the next 3 games.
Specifically,
this is a good reset mentally for a lot of the players. New map, new strats.
Team that had a strong
got our bans.
Competition, landing at 5th overall. However, much like Cat Jam on the day prior, it just wasn't enough to get them through to the regional finals with a final result of 23rd overall.
Don't know what more they're expecting in series. Let's go. I feel like the content's been really hitting a lot more. The only thing we got to figure out still is our midlife crisis and who we're going to main and play. But otherwise, I feel like things are kind of hitting, especially some of the content, like the mental fortitude side of things have been really good. How's the stream going? Good. We're 3 matches in. We're about to watch match 4.
10th overall on the leaderboard heading into regional finals. You can see just how close it was up on the top side of things there. Unlimit also finding themselves in top 3 after a strong prior day of competition as well. So APAC North has really been heating up here, Dia.
Yeah, I mean, Unlimit are absolutely the squad to keep your eyes on.
There's not like if your team has played well, it's not the end of the world to have a bad day. Like teams always have bad days too.
Everybody should be watching right now, especially as they are in a spot championship point wise that could very easily be opened up by regional finals across the globe. There is a pretty significant chance that we see Black Sheep end up playing on the championship stage. But
Yeah, of course. I feel like after years and years of playing, that's what people are struggling with most now. I think people get reminded of fundamentals, but people struggle with the mental side of the game. What happens after hour 1, 2, 3? Whenever you get tired after a bad day at work, all that stuff is
knows what's going on in the other regions.
the tough part of the game.
Finishing things up here this weekend, so lots of information
I
coming.
mean, if you've been playing Apex for years, it's not that you don't know the game,
Just joining us. Let's also talk about champs and how you could go, because obviously we talk about all the time. We are going back to Sapporo, and we wanted to give you all a little bit of information on when you can get your tickets locked down for the big event. Now, ticket sales will be live next week on
when
our
is this
ticketing partner
again?
site,
I know the
Zygo,
tickets release soon.
October 11th at 1 a.m. PT, 4 a.m. ET, or 5 p.m. JST during our first regional final of Split 2. So if you want to get up nice and early to get those tickets, you absolutely can. Now, you can find more information as that day nears on our ALGS website's Year 5 Championships page. See all the latest information about champs here, from tickets to exciting news and updates. All right. Hopefully you guys are locking down those.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you know you need to get off
we have
or
to talk
slow
about
things down and
here
change up your
today,
strategy
because if you're like, well,
if you
what
get
do I
tired.
do once Split 2 is done? There's so much time between then chips. No, because we have more Apex Legends coming your way. Because if you saw it last year, the Red Bull Legends Inn is going to be coming back. If you don't know what I'm talking about, live in Chicago, live from the Godfrey Hotel, let's check it out.
Yo, nobody does it like us. The unstoppable, the unbeatable. Are we here now? Let's get it.
We've taken over the Godfrey.
What's your favorite rotation legends for ALGS? What's interesting last week that we saw that like Pathfinder was in play because people were using a lot of, let's say, once you got rid of like, because Wraith is very popular still. Altar's great for fallback. Once you start running out of options, such as like Pathfinder, Ashe, Wraith, what do you do is the question. How do you traverse? I guess you start revolving around Gibby. But Wraith is underrated, especially in ranked. That she's got a lot more potential and power than people realize. She was banned last week, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta double check, but she was a high pick rate. That's why people started picking Pathfinder as a last resort. We might see a similar situation occur today when people run out of options for rotating. Like Mad Maggie just has horizontal, and she's not bad, but nothing beats an instant portal.
If you think you and your duo have what it takes to compete against the Apex Pros, well, signups are open now at battlefy.com/Red Bull Legends in to compete in the online qualifiers on October 25th and 26th, where 2 duos will win the opportunity to compete live in person at the Godfrey Hotel, Chicago. Must be 18 or older to register. More info can be found at redbull.com/legends.
Hello, Rita. How's it going?
Make sure you get signed up for that, because I got to host that last year and it was an absolute blast. It's Apex Legends like you've never experienced before. Definitely check it out. But I talk about this a lot when we talk about social media. We have more stuff for all of you at home because we have a coin giveaway this weekend, okay? All you have to do is head on over to our new TikTok or Instagram, and do it soon because it's going to be ending Monday at 10:30 p.m. PST. Make sure that you follow and comment a favorite ALGS.
Well, we'll see how this week goes for Stormpoint. What's interesting is that was the issue rotating for last week, and I assume Stormpoint people are gonna have the same issue.
Make sure you're following along, checking that out, and if you're already followed, you already know that we do giveaways all the time on those social medias, so you could be winning any of those giveaways. Make sure that you.
How's ALGS? Welcome. Well, it's going great. We're game 3, about to go to game 4. Stormpoint.
Okay,
That's funny.
We've gotten through
I said
our
it.
first 3 matches of the day. World's Edge is now done and dusted. That means
ROC had great momentum because since the C Team Liquid found their momentum.
With Emia's legend bands as well, Dia, you had said you might
Watson's banned, Caustic's banned, Newcastle banned.
Caustic first, Newcastle next, Watson out next.
See what happens.
Head on over to match 4. So let's talk about that, but let's also take a look at some of those historic rings like we did for World's Edge.
Yes, I'm very excited to talk about the Legends and how this is all working.
Have I ever participated in Apex tournament? More of like show matches. Done ALGS a long time ago.
We saw it be super important on World's Edge.
I don't ever really root for a team. I always get interested in like ROC's got crazy momentum right now. I'm curious if they're gonna maintain it.
How you plan rotations, and especially in the Americas, we have seen zones basically everywhere on Stormpoint. Notably, Wall is missing, and down at Cenote and Barometer are missing. It's just curious when we consider that Barometer was one.
I'm just curious if ROC can maintain.
Selected by Rock, Gino.
Yeah. Yep.
These are interesting to have right here. Two powerhouses right there.
For Rock, obviously with 2 wins
Close
in the
by.
bag, they're in a place where
I would say of like
seems
today,
almost
like these teams are really
there has been a
putting
reasonable
forward.
amount if we're thinking about other regions as well. Not only that, but obviously they do get that trident spawn right down
I don't know, we'll
there
see.
at the bottom. So
Everyone's
wouldn't be
positioning is
surprised to see them
interesting.
Pick up the Gibby to go along with that. Then again, not everyone who's playing.
I don't really think there's like a weak spot here.
POI necessarily goes to Gibby. We've seen DMG play that from Lightning Rod and not necessarily.
Knock on wood,
have
but
to
at least we haven't
rely
had
on
any
the
game
bubbles and just
restarts, which
force
is
it.
nice.
Lots of information to be considering here as we prepare to dive into match number 4, which is ready to go. So we're going to say goodbye to Dia for now. Thank you so much for your analysis as we start talking about match number 4, Genome. All right, we're going to talk about our zones. Who are we getting? Our team's currently
So
on
a
top
question
right
for
now,
Apex
which is
tournaments,
really
I've done
strong
quite a
performances
few. I've
across the
casted
game.
a
So
lot
boy,
of quite a
could
few
be
as well.
Just another way to shake things up.
G Litter. Is that how that goes?
No, never again.
That doesn't sound quite as good, does it? Yeah. Sorry. All right. We'll put that one.
Their
put that on
100
the
Thieves
shelf
just
and
hasn't found their momentum. They had a God spot at one point
We haven't got any info on where this
that could
next
had a lot of
zone is heading
control,
just
but
yet.
for some reason their
Look, we get
pressure
it sooner than we
and their
used to.
momentum isn't
The fact that
there.
we don't have to wait for the dropship anymore.
Let's do your caster
means that it
tournament. We've
happens
done it many
about a
times.
minute
We've done the
faster,
AIM
which
Labs
is,
tournament. We've done
kinda nice.
Haritos tournament.
But
We've
once
done
we do
official
get that
Apex
extra
Legends
dotted
tournaments,
circle
quite
to let
literally.
us know
We're paid to
which
cast
direction it's
Apex
heading in.
Legends
It does look
officially.
like it might be a little west. Go west. Are you familiar with the 80s band?
No? Who is that?
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I can't help you here. I don't know what this is.
Okay. I thought you were cool, but yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it is interesting, especially in the maps and how they're
Can't help you
pivoting.
with the reference.
They might
Get the
honestly
next
might have been a
All right, see what do we got? Altar.
Are they
We
Australian?
got mostly Altar. We got people hunkering down. We don't have any Wraiths yet.
Wait, let me
Altars
have
for
a look.
1, 2, 3, 4,
British, no,
5,
yeah, English pop
6,
duo. Formed in
7, 8,
1982,
9, 10,
We Close Our
11.
Eyes
Maybe
is,
not
is
banning
probably
that.
the big song.
We do have a mix of Wraith here and there. We have
Maybe
Catalyst for
would have been better suited
rotation.
Marker Dan,
Cat
because
being
maybe they
interesting.
would have
1,
known, but
2,
we're
3,
trying to
4,
take
5,
a
6,
look
7,
here at the
8,
ring
9.
and
I don't know
see
who's
how
gonna get
the
banned. We'll
Thieves are going
see.
to go. 100 Thieves looking very
Power
comfortable.
spots to hold
We've
here.
got VP
God
over there
spot
as
would be
well.
nice to hold a little
Everyone
early.
over by
Mill.
the Down Beast Mill
Even
area
holding
right now.
this is not bad.
hard,
Mill.
aggressive West zone.
I'm guessing it's going to pull towards that side, though.
I mean, talking about things that are hard and aggressive, it's Exterminators.
We got a mixed
Really
bag
getting
at the
into it
start
with
here. I'm really
Rogue
not
Game.
sure.
We
I would have to
didn't
add
quite
up the
see how
numbers.
this
Who's going to get banned
one
next?
started. Did one of them send the cannon at each other? I mean, how did they find each other in the vicinity? Hard to say. Wow, getting a gold heavy mag in a zone 1 bin. That's quite lucky, actually.
We also
Maybe
somehow
a
cast.
little bit of
Possible,
a
yeah.
good omen for them
Maybe.
heading into
I usually,
this game.
it's because I
Little
usually
bit of
stream on the weekends.
Good RNG
But depending on
love
viewership,
for their
I'd love to kind of move it around. I'm just kind of getting my feet back into like, this is just more watch partying, less like when I officially cast it back in the day, I was controlling the camera and doing a lot of the stuff. Let's see what's going on here. Early fight by Pioneers, already getting out of the fight. They're not confident with the fight.
Have gotten out without losing a member is frankly a dub then in that case.
Seems some
All right,
Sparrow in here.
Not too shabby then. But what we're seeing right now, out of
Catalyst
Pioneers
is being used for
is
rotation is interesting. It
potentially
makes sense putting up walls.
the opposite. Nice little recovery here out of Pioneers as they did find themselves in
We're getting a lot of
scrap.
teams doing what they feel most comfortable with. So you got people that are relying on Cat because Catalyst has been really great for rotation on Stormpoint historically. We got teams that are using Wraith. We have teams using Ash. We have teams using fallbacks.
Rock on the rotate.
We have a lot here.
With that trident getting themselves into the next ring.
Yeah, look, they down here in Bean, not expecting the ring to pull as far as Bean past, say, Zone 2. I think they will eventually
So
have
like
to
this
head up
spot
towards
early on
either
isn't
the
bad, but it's
battlefield
not going to pull there. It's not going to end there
towards
whatsoever.
Down East. It looks very
Having Mill
similar
early
to
would
the
be
zone we
nice as
had,
long as you can
this
maintain your
morning,
space. Being there too
over
early and
at
not maintaining
Mia.
space is a
So
death trap.
we've got teams prioritizing those 3 buildings that, 3 small buildings behind Mill, like Virtus.pro, 100 Thieves. I think it's Shopify Rebellion as well. For once, they do not spend their time roaming the edges of the map looking for kills. This time, they are just going to...
Well, it's hard. Okay, the reason why they're choosing that is because they don't have a pushing squad. They have Alter, they have Lifeline, and they have Catalyst. If they get a knock, it's not like they can fight, right? And you're going to start seeing that as people lose their rotational tools, or they're not pushing as hard, that people are going to slow down. And two things will happen here. Teams will start getting really aggressive because they're desperate for points, or they'll start slowing down because they're desperate for placement. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens.
Any space available for them in one of these nut buildings?
Yeah, if they don't hold it well, then they're just dead. But they have to, like, if a team is good at holding it, great.
Possibly you've got ROC.
Like, let's say for this team that we're looking at right now, they have no pushing power whatsoever. They have to go to zone, which is strange that they're not going to zone sooner. They literally are running Rampart, Catalyst, and Gibby, and yet they still haven't found a place in zone. They don't have pushing power. They can't push and fight anything as effectively as, let's say, somebody with an Alter, an Ashe, or a Wraith, you know?
Maybe try and go for a very
the pros use Crypto for perfect info? No, more so to counter. To get rid of, like, Watson fences. No Watson right now. Watson fences, Newcastle, you know, Rampart. Crypto can work as a makeshift entry to create some space.
A good amount of priority is on these as fun.
It's good info, sure.
Good
Good for reset, but Crypto really is strong for creating openings.
Ooh, see you later, Pioneers.
Which is interesting why people don't run Bangalore, because Bangalore can essentially do the same thing. We did see her like round 6.
With the PK though, trying to see if they can maybe survive right now.
But if you got Watson fences and all kinds of crap there, and you throw down, like, let's say people running Gibraltar, and you throw down Crypto drone, great way to just level the playing field and be like, we got better armors now because the damage that was done, and you got all your defenses torn down.
But as you can see, Masters of Evil were lurking and did find their way a little closer, but zone's about to close, so I think we'll start looking.
It's gonna be slow. This is normal. Teams are. They don't have as. I mean, there's not like a lot of teams with pushing power. They're just not running as much pushing power. He got caught out bad.
Team Inferno is sitting on fire. Strays who can
surprised that he got caught out like that.
Sitting in 16th right now.
They were so split, and they're not holding anything. This isn't even a spot to hold, so it's very strange they got caught out.
But as it stands right now, they are outside. They would need probably plus 10.
Fire has just not had a good day whatsoever today.
And you can see that as soon as
they're constantly getting caught out. Their team just isn't looking for information well, and by the time they do, like, somebody's always isolated, it feels like.
Right by THUGGETS. So let's jump into a listen in to see how they want to handle this fight.
I find it interesting, the casters. I mean, everyone knows Alienware as a. I mean, they speak Spanish. No. Yeah, they're aware of the car. They're talking about the car.
¿Hay un team en la gorra? ¿Gente de una? Yo diría que te lo guardes porque... ¿Dejas caña o no? Sí. No, pues yo pregunto. Tenis en mi Powerus para que te carguen los portales ahorita.
A nice calmer section there. You could see that they were talking about...
Speak Spanish? Not really. My family does. I'm an embarrassment to my family. I don't speak Spanish.
Anything there. Smart call for Liquid as they now have...
My mom sometimes will take blame. She didn't speak to us in Spanish when we grew up. I mean, I can, like, understand if somebody's yelling at me or speaking Spanish. I can pick up key words. And I can have the accent. Like, my family, I mean, I'm Hispanic, Mexican.
It's all on to Drop's shoulders now. Will he be able to survive?
Everyone always surprised when I say that.
Tough couple games so far for Grow. They've made it work where they could, but with Keon going down now, it's just up to...
So, that's unfortunate for ROC.
Lone Crypto player. It's looking tough. This has been a rough set.
Hey, thank you so much for the 10. Thank you. It's good to be. This is the second one. The first one that we had a lot of resets. This has been going pretty smooth.
Surprised he was able to survive, though.
I am too. Yeah, it might have just been.
A lot of teams are going to be up for this.
From the Crypto, but like there's teams all around him.
Hispanic.
Right now.
I'm more specific.
Really
Mexican.
path back to being able to get his teammates back.
I don't know if ROC is going to be able to get this back. Team Liquid. I mean, they should. They're not going to chase. It'd be very, very aggressive though.
Maybe try and look for. I don't even see a res beacon within drone distance though, within like 200 meters.
I think he was able to benefit short term from the fact that there were so many teams.
You see, Team Liquid's actually holding the God spot, like I mentioned. You have a lot of control here, but it's not going to end here.
Gaming are eliminated, so Dropped won't be able to bring it back for them. They've had definitely a tough go of it here today.
ROC coming right back in.
They've cleared, or Exterminators have cleared out Grow Gaming. Rock have also disengaged.
I don't really know whose game this is. There's not necessarily a God spot until we know where it's going to pull next. That's why I say like height's not bad or controlling space. Being in middle early, it's not the end of the world, but still, I don't really know.
One player back up. I don't even know who had gone down.
When these zones end like this, like they're not as defined. Like when we look at like Thermal Station ending World's Edge, we know like top of Thermal is God spot. That's game winning spot. When we look at this, it really depends on who gets a spot and who's holding pressure well enough.
Inferno. Yeah, they're just trying to sit under the bridge. It's not a bad spot to be when you've got the rampart set up. You've got enough walls.
It's also harder because we don't have Newcastle for Storm Point. Newcastle is really, really strong on this map, and then having him already banned is like, it sucks.
On the way to those back 3 buildings, and it is
ooh, big nade. Immediate fallback too. Great damage, but unable to really do anything off of it.
These Western POIs, and therefore have had to just sit tight in those.
I mean, that's why people are running Rampart, but we got a mixed bag. That's why people are running Catalyst to create some space.
Right now have some good
oh, that sucks.
Trying to pinch Unreal Nightmare.
Everyone on this side is going to have a struggle. That's so unfortunate.
And they've gotten a couple cracks to come through. So
the top of down beast is God spot. For the interim, it's probably going to pull off a down beast though. But if you want to secure a lot of KP, the top of down beast is a really great spot to hold.
See if they can maybe get some connections here. Curve trying to use that PK McLovin doing the same thing, and as they move to the roofs, they lose Vayne, but continue to move in as they do a little bit of a trade. All right.
Yep, they know they can't stick around here for too long. May as well get this fight over and done with sooner.
So close, nice.
Later, and McLovin, he isn't even going to wait for the PK.
And it looks like Team Liquid's got some momentum. They're clearing their backs. This is great. So they can move in and create some space.
T-Law have finished off DMG over here near Godrock. This is the very south end of the zone right now.
Gaining information. ROC's got an uphill battle. No pun intended. Literally right here.
They've had to get the reset outside of
ROC has no resources for the most part. I guarantee it.
Now they find
I guess they got some stuff.
THUGGETS on the North Hill, and
yeah, I guess it's better than I thought.
Over to the west. This one could.
Well, this isn't them. We need to switch. I want to see the ROC's resources. These guys are doing good. I thought I was watching ROC. Yeah, we're definitely doing better. No way, dude.
THUGGETS, like you said.
Dude, the fact that they just let them run up like this is wild. This is, you know, remember how I said like THUGGETS had, oh my god. Oh my god, this is so messy for them.
A little bit of the tides turning here against Rock. They're down to just Sorcerer. THUGGETS gonna be able to survive this one. Sorcerer trying to get a little bit of a shield reset here for himself.
That's unfortunate. They're dead. Both teams are dead. They're going to get gated. Oh. THUGGETS just has no way to... Like, they have shown that they just struggle with holding presence. And their rotations don't make... I don't know, the logic just doesn't make sense. They did this early game and they got early points, but their positioning was just all over the place. And they're like late on the calls. Like when they move, they just gave the space to ROC to move up. Either you hold them or you move sooner. ROC just had an uphill battle there. There's no way it was going to happen, but the fact that they were allowed to move forward to get some KP was still good in itself. Liquid's going to get eliminated here, unfortunately.
Liquid are just barely hanging on by a thread. Aguades trying to do what he can, but CIMJ moving for the kill. They clean it up, and Liquid.
I thought it was fine that Liquid held the height the way they did. It just, they were going to have to keep barreling through teams. But the last round, they showcased that they have momentum, though. So it wasn't impossible.
Like these zones were so similar.
I really want to see the map because I think it's going to end on this side, the top of Down Beast. Oh, well, it was good. It's going to end in this spot right here, right by the 2 towers. Like, there's these 2 towers right here, and then there's like the space along the whole edge right there. That's where it's going to end. Like right here, right here. Right in that spot. Not here, not up there. It's going to be right in this area right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those tower things right there.
Can become
I've seen that ending so many times.
by any of the teams that want to make a push. Not to mention the couple of Maggies we've got here.
We've seen it. We've seen ALGS cheat in rank. It's very common.
An opportunity here.
These teams, I don't really know who's going to come out ahead. Team on height, it's not impossible. They can really bully down here.
Weeded out. We've got ninjas in pajamas.
It's not really anybody's game yet. The team that has to move out here, there could be one team here at the end. There's going to be one team here and one team here. It's probably going to end up like top 3, top 4 at the end. There's not a lot of space in which people can hold.
Aggressively today so
I guess somebody could exist underneath, but 100 Thieves win for it sooner. I don't know if they got Gibby Bubble. I think they're kind of dead here.
Continue to rein in.
Bro.
Verholz is waiting, biding his time. What else
they are getting bullied. The car is good cover. Good bubble there. There it is.
To try and withstand the onslaught.
There goes great Maggie Ball to counter Gibraltar.
They do, in fact, have a Gibraltar, but it's just not Verholz. A couple of wrap-up walls.
James is finding an opening here.
But no, we've just got
goes down. Unfortunately, our Thieves.
Oh my God!
It was admirable. Just everyone looked at them. The team that ends up on the south side here, like by themselves, should have a really good spot. I know it's in the open, but I'm talking like south side. There's gonna be one team.
Follow shortly after. Now Shopify own that southern edge, but they are only a duo, so they will have to try and play this well. Able to get the
they're gonna res. They might push them. Let's see. Let's see.
So they will get
do they have the ability to clear this? If they do, that'd be great. They wait, not in the world. They can move up here to the spot. They got to worry about the team behind them. They'll be. Dude, this is gonna be a mess.
To slowly push into a better position as Oblivion are now looking to do the exact same thing.
Yep, nice use.
Good port, just to have an extra reset. Maybe too early of a port, but I like the mindset.
Of the damage from teams who are on higher grounds, who are sitting in the
maybe risky being here too early, but they can hunker down. They got a lot of cover from the cars.
I don't know if you remember last
they got 1, 2, and then the teams over here are going to fall on top of each other.
They were sitting inside a building from very early on in this game and may not have had access to Evo harvesters.
Still anybody's game though.
Way some of the other teams have here. They started off in Down Beast itself, and now, unfortunately, it may have just been a slightly erroneous zone read from Shopify that made them pull more towards Mill rather than staying in their own backyard.
Ninja's moving in here. This is a greedy peek. Fire's not pushing forward on this. They're looking at this. They probably read it as free KP. They're cutting them off. Good ult in response.
They can push in for another straight up 3v3. The cat walls are down, and they don't want anybody else to try to third party.
Their visibility is going to be shot.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Dude, he like knew exactly where he was at there. Like he was reading that very well. Oh, unfortunate.
Oh my God.
Both teams go down.
Okay, it's just a mistake for everybody. Everybody dies. Shopify Rebellion does pull in. You can see they are up to the purples now.
You're good chilling here for now. Both teams.
In zone 6, so everybody has
the Rebellion is moving up on them.
The question is,
Virtus.pro on the other side has better positioning.
Meanwhile, VP have been very quiet, but they've been here the entire
VP doesn't have to do much. They gotta wait.
Doing damage from their corner.
Ooh, bye-bye bubble. God, there goes them. That's it. It's done. Shopify just took the spot.
This is the one time where the Gibraltar tactical will not save you. EMPs and Maggie Balls are the direct counter. That is why Koifel is on this hero right now. That's why Koifel is the kill leader.
They got great spots here. Koifel's got great spots, so does VP. These two teams are not as good a spot because when they leave the buildings, they're going to have to run into each other. These guys have way more cover. So statistically, it's going to go more towards their side over here. This side is where it's going to favor. They're able to look onwards here, and then they're just going to run out in the open. We'll see if one of these teams just goes through a Hail Mary and just like shoves something. But this is a toss-up. Shopify Rebellion, the only thing they could have done to counter them is that if they took them out when they had the res, the fact they let them hold that space is rough.
Than they were expecting, so now they do take over. I'm not going to call it God spot, but certainly the most advantageous position in this circle.
It's a 50-50.
Right,
I wouldn't call it God spot either. It's a 50-50.
Have to consider now their next approach. 5-star will be pushed out.
They're good
first.
spots. Great spots. See how like they're going to run into each other here? Enemy teams. Very 50-50 how it's going to land on the south side here. Very 50-50. This could work as a negative if they decide to shove Shopify Rebellion, and it could also work in their favor. I really don't know where this will go either.
Watching it all go down. You can see Shopify clearing out that cover that VP had put down, making sure that they don't feel as
Oh, he got hit by that. That's unfortunate.
Across from where Shopify is. So good job.
Yeah, they just full sent each other over there. Look at that.
Their space just a tad. You see those pings coming through. DGAP does go
All right.
down as 5-star make the
This is 50-50. Are these two going to run over here?
So 5-star.
Are they going to wait?
Away from them, but how much longer can they last out? Meanwhile, VP use the nades to absolutely
Nice. VP just got to wait it out and they win this.
Rebellion apart. Oh my god.
There it
They
is.
do have the last 3v3, but you know the blink.
That's unfortunate. That could have gone either way. One could argue that VP was in the weaker spot there, but because the zone was pulling more towards the other side, it really depended on which side. Like, it could have gone the other way, where the other team, like, okay, let's pretend these are the buildings over here, right? The buildings, and these are the doorways. And then here are the buildings right here, right?
Fabulous. Wow. Look at me.
That if they pushed over on this side, then it would have been a mess right here instead. If they flip-flopped it.
Proud of it. I'm not going to lie, but what a performance there out of VP. I mean, I talked about them saying that, you know, they really need to work on that consistency to start off the day here today. This is something that they needed to prove that they can be in that upper echelon. And that was very well played on behalf of VP. They had Shopify right there after an insane push.
Beautiful drawings, thank you.
They knew that there was a squad watching them the entire time, and they just played it to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think their potential has been in doubt anytime recently, but obviously, as a trio, this is a new team, and that does mean that they have certain things to prove, right? Some might say that they did that in the first week, but then with a little bit of a drop off after that, you know, questions start to arise, and I'm glad to see that they are now bringing it back in the second half of this split and put those questions to rest.
We'll take a look here. We'll get to see now what that means for the match results. As
I wonder who's getting banned. The numbers were really close.
And this is interesting to me because while Shopify might not have won, we kind of got a glimpse at just how destructive they were from that one push onto Oblivion. And you can it in specifically, like you had shouted out, Genome Koifel was the wrecking ball himself. You might as well call him Cyrus because that was amazing.
Yeah, it was a fun sight to behold. Congrats to the observers for catching that one at just the right time. You know, look, Shopify played it well. They are rewarded with the most points in the lobby, 18. A little bit more spread out this time than we saw earlier on in the
ROC's
day.
lost some momentum
Virtus.pro,
a bit.
Only the 3 kills, so I think that might just be Shopify Rebellion, the only KP they pick up. But who cares if you've got 12 placement points to back it up? And then if we have a look at the the results as they stand.
So who's banned next? Alter?
4 matches played. Rock Esports only managed to tag a few on there at the end, and other teams are catching up, Glitter.
But this is what I was talking about when we were talking about VP's position too. Like they had snuck in and they held a spot very quietly for as long as possible. They were doing poke damage, but they weren't forcing anything, and they made the game work for them. So I think just even from a strategic perspective,
you know what's interesting? Even though we saw Seer, Mad Maggie buffs, I mean, Mad Maggie's being more prevalent to counter Gibraltar, but no Seer.
Clinch that win when they needed to. Like you said,
I guess it's a good thing because Seer is not fun.
But what does that matter when you get a good chunk of points from getting the win? We'll work on the KP from there because clearly the teams like Shopify have that.
I figured with like people knowing where everyone's dropping that we just wouldn't see as much Seer.
In the series, 2 more opportunities for our teams to secure a spot into regional finals. And we're going to be getting to those matches in just a moment on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
All right, next game in 2 minutes. 2 more games, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more games.
Give me Arnie! Fight! Give me one! Dead! I'm on you! He's running! Dead! I fall again! I can't, I might have to pay first! Molly! You get it? They're fighting us! I'm dead! 100!
Guys, a good time for a snack. Get some water. Come right back. We got the next game coming soon.
Miracle, like 1 in 100 end game for ZZ, because we get down to 0, but his character model disappears here, right?
Okay, let's look. I mean, he's got 1 HP. He connects. Cersei is at like 20. And then... bleh.
He's actually a 0. He hits 0.
Okay. 21 seconds. ROC still in first. Look at that, because they had really good momentum at the start. Alter being banned. We're going to probably see a lot more Ashe for getting in and out. Let's see if I'm right. Ashe or Wraith?
Official energy drink.
I'm banking on Ashe first and Wraith second. But we did see a whole lot of, what do you call it? Kill me at the break time if possible? Sure.
Welcome back to the ALGS.
I mean, I'm saying some stuff every once in a while, but yeah.
Fourth game of the day, our first on Storm Point, but we've got 2 more cooking, Genome. I want to take a look back at the last game, our 4th game, and the way it ended, because you called this out in the moment. I was blown away, as were Shopify Rebellion.
It's Ashe did get nerfed pretty hard. And she's good entry.
That's a way better call than me just making strange noises.
But people aren't necessarily looking to push. People are looking for placement.
Yeah, that's a good line here, and exactly
that's why people are looking at Alter for positioning or fallback if the fight goes awry.
So focused on the team inside. I guess they didn't really have angles on VP, right? Like, how are they going to get nades into this situation? How are they going to do
it? Does surprise me as well that Ashe isn't higher, because I still deem her the best entry in the game.
They did put a drill through there, and it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing to VP. Meanwhile, the nades were doing all of the work.
And this actually strikes on something really rare that happened with this Virtus.pro win. We don't have stats on this. It doesn't exist. But I think I can count on one hand, if you even did this globally, the amount of times that a team on blue shields has won a game. Ooh. That was a really impressive turn by VP.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that's fine.
It comes just in time as we're about to head into match number 5, where VP, starting us off at Mill, have the chance to do it again.
I mean, it was like 2,000 damage or something we saw there at the end as well, which is...
So we saw a pool ending for Down Beast.
A match. So yeah, obviously you can't have done that much damage.
See where everything else. Ooh, let's take a look at that zone.
At that point, but
let's see what people are picking too.
It also has to be said.
Got Gibraltar, got Rampart, Crypto for this squad. Makes sense.
They rotated immediately to the one of the buildings directly behind them.
Let's pull out that scoreboard. Let's pull it up, please.
Pick up objectives along the way.
What do we got? Wraith.
This time,
Ashe, kind of, but more Wraith. Cat. Mixed bag.
Getting the ring console.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So they'll be happy
6,
about
7,
that.
8,
Alter
9,
has
10,
been
maybe
banned out, by the way. That was our game 4
1,
ban.
2, 3,
so we are seeing a lot
4,
more. Well,
5,
Catalyst
6,
is coming
7,
through
8.
a lot here.
Cat, probably ban Cat.
Because of the
what do we pull here?
Ban, but,
good spot to hold here. Good spot to hold the building there.
Pick
Let's mark them. Okay, ready?
Tends to be as a
good spot here.
The Alter going away.
Holding the balls here. Holding the north side here. Holding this spot here. Holding the spot here. Those are really the right here. A lot of good spots here. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to end on this side. Not here. Not here.
It looks like Wall also had a ring console, which
I think it's going to pull the upper left. It's kind of a clear upper left
Whether that's
in
good
there.
or bad, we're finding out right now, and it's, shall we say, not looking good. A1's on white shield, left in wall.
That sucks.
May very well have to head back there for a chance to get his teammates up, maybe even past that to Zeus Station, where there's actually a crafter.
Interesting. I mean,
Oh, you're good, man.
presumably they had scanned already, realized that the circle was probably not going to be going to their POI necessarily, but a little bit below it down near where Trident spawns to the east of North Pad. And it's an interesting decision because you can...
Yeah, Gibby's
take
great
out
for rotation.
one of
That's
these
why
maps early
Maggie's
on,
also going to be very
but
powerful
as
here,
the
too.
wall team, sometimes you can even just think about playing the top of wall for as long as you want, right? And just sort of staring down at people below you, potentially getting some KP.
Virtus.pro having a rough start here, too.
Isolated fights and gatekeeping anyone
Oh,
who
wow.
wants to come
Just the
through the
staring
wall.
right there. That's a scary sight.
Oh God. If that's me, my heart's in my chest, and I'm saying GG, go next. It does look like Liquid Alienware will get another shot at life as one managed to escape with their life, but it's the Thuggets that shut this down.
That's one heck of a stare
Thuggets,
down.
Again, absolutely a team to keep track of during today's
RSC's
games.
going
as
for
they
a
look to
rotation
qualify for
here.
Regional finals, and Oblivion getting a respawn on Monsoon are hoping for the same.
There's a lot of spots to hold at the end zone up there on the upper left. It's just a matter of getting there.
Right now.
Wow, early fight here. That's kind of interesting.
But who cares about them? Because there's fights going on at the wall. DMG will bleed out the last remaining members of 5-star. Looks like they were trying to get a reset off up the top of wall. If what I can see is correct here. It doesn't work out, unfortunately. The TMG just catch them off at the wrong time.
Thieves is going to have good positioning here when they run in.
That's just a couple of KP going their way and increasing their chances.
Yeah, I had mentioned this spot. I
little bit
don't think it's a bad
TMG,
spot.
you know, very
I don't think it'll end there, but it's a good
regional
spot.
Finals, but,
You got a lot of like power, and you can
conversation
see a
of,
whole lot of information.
Hey, let's play for seeding and maybe even try and win this.
Like I said,
thing.
here,
Whereas
here,
Five-Star
here,
are like,
here,
"Go do. We
all good
just went
spots.
out in 20th? Yep, 20th in Game 5. When we need to be moving up at least 2 more places in the region in order to qualify to regional finals. It is an extremely tight line that 5-star are walking right now, and now it's all on Game 6, which is an even scarier position.
Yeah, I mean, two. I think it's a few more than that, even honestly, for 5-star to actually make it all the way. So it's going to have to be like they're going to have to slam, I don't know, 10 teams or something in the last game, I think, in match 6 to actually come out on top here and make it into that.
RSC's really using the car to find a spot.
Unfortunately,
They're also going for as many materials as possible.
Marathon, and now we'll have to, I don't know, pull off like a Usain Bolt sprint.
Yeah, they're gonna have purpose for endgame. The question is it gonna be too late?
Tight for them to make it in, like you said.
Somebody
See
scanned.
what they and others are able to do. Rock, meanwhile, we're taking the long way around into this zone. Very much a positioning play, like you mentioned. That's how some of these teams are playing.
It's funny, that's what they hit
get
map
to
when they
sit
hit
by
that.
And grab a couple of survey beacons on their way in. Mostly an Evo farming route for them until this point, and now you sit back, collect the loot, and kind of play the way you were suggesting that 5-star could have. Go through wall, go through the top end, play slow through the north side of the map, and see what you can make happen.
Thinking about that mid-speed play that Graceful loves so very much. It feels
I don't think they can fly all the way over that. Very ambitious, can they? I think they can. But they found a spot.
Probably Oblivion, DMG, maybe even Fire Strays, who seem to be doing something very similar. And from a southern angle, it's more Ninjas in Pyjamas and Thuggets.
Yeah, they have a long way to go. These buildings are fighting really early too.
To do the same thing, but just from a different region.
Everyone's getting a little aggressive, but we're not getting any full commits to Nox.
Actually pretty good.
Answering the call with a crypto ult. They're all really low.
On the interior. Not good enough for CIMJ on the outside, though, as there are a couple of other squads in the area.
And they went right back.
Most notably Team Inferno, who end up collecting yet another kill. As Masters of Evil start looking at the remainder of this fight, Grow Gaming could continue to be in trouble. Team Inferno absorbing.
People are using the race port to get in and out since people don't have a altar.
Pressure onto Team Inferno in this small corner. Nice cleanup by DGAP.
Lots of early fighting, my gosh.
see a Lifeline Halo, you know DMG is involved. And Monsoon with the shotty.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Can't get it done. Oblivion go down. They've only got 16 points so far today. DMG edge up past them with those KP. And now they can start thinking about other teams.
I want to see
like
the zone.
Strays,
Because now, let's see. Okay.
Potentially
Went exactly where we said.
them at
This
the
is not
wall.
going to end here.
However, they actually took the long
I think it's
way
going to pull out in the
around
open
and
right
headed
here.
to the very north
Right
of
there.
the map. With this,
I don't think it's going to end here. I think it's going to end here. I don't think it'll end here. I've seen this so many times. Guessing here.
Dia, I want to put you on the spot here because, like, you know, 100 Thieves playing way out in the northwest there. They're kind of banking on something else happening.
I'm going to say I'm open to being wrong, but I'm kind of in 100 Thieves boat. I feel like we're going out into the water, maybe by the gravity cannon. This could
That's
be really
also
good,
possible.
It'll certainly be really exciting.
I think it's
given that
there.
Newcastle is not allowed in this
Like
game.
right in this area.
Kiwi bubbles and Maggie balls are what we're going to be looking at, and I'm really curious about the way that Rock will play this as well, since they are outside of the next zone. But it is.
I haven't played a whole lot of
a
crypto,
really nice position to play.
Vander.
I mean, there's only one Bangalore, I believe, in the lobby. I think DMG.
It's like Caustic is a low pick rate for me, and then so is crypto.
And the smokes could come
But I have a lot of
in
respect for
and
crypto
the
players.
catwall. When you're thinking about
Crypto's a hard
open
legend.
ground finishes in Storm Point, those characters all specialize in providing cover in those situations. So if DMG can actually weasel their way into that water sort of area, maybe forcefully come down the zip line from wall, it could work out well for them in the end. But there are trials first, one of them being
See how they
Fire
rotate
Strays.
here.
I don't know if Fire Strays are the hunting or the hunter or the hunted. That's what people say, because
the sheep of the
they
wolf?
seem to be aware, especially with the crypto drone, that there is a team in
That's
the area.
loud. Well, looks like they're going for the ult.
Find out in time that it is DMG. Nice scouting head. EMP immediately.
Good ult
as
to
well.
push in.
Plus
Was
the
nice.
catwall. Fire Strays.
The ult, they're not going to be able to capitalize on much here. They're going to reset. They got their Halo.
DMG were ready for it, but with the bubble or with the Halo now down, maybe they can take the fight afterwards.
Yeah, obviously one of the
They might get
advantages of
isolated
Halo
here.
is you
Good
get,
call by
very
putting the
close
Maggie
to
ult.
instant reset with how quickly you can get the meds off. But as soon as
Ooh,
they've done
good
that,
two
they want
knocks.
to take the fight, but it's not going their way. Enemy take 2 down with the scout already.
Oh my gosh.
Cersei.
They got it.
Saturated, but
It was
DMG
messy.
will
They got
ultimately
it.
fall. Enemy shouldering a huge burden in that particular engagement. And ultimately clutching things up for Fire Strays. Even tosses the nade out to secure a reset. Ultimately unnecessary, as there are no other teams in the area. But given that Fire Strays don't know that because their crypto is on the floor bleeding out, it's an understandable expenditure of utility.
This is a really late rotation by them, especially having the
Now for
car.
them to replenish with. Looking further down the map, we've got THUGGETS who are...
I don't think they're going to find a spot in. I think all the spots are taken.
They're going to go all the way around.
They're going to have to fight their way and bully a
to
team out of a
checkpoint here,
position.
with Alienware somewhere close by.
But I haven't seen this
Pyjamas
team
as well,
bully
also
their way in.
potentially
Usually they're
about
making
taking
weird calls in terms of rotation.
that is
We'll see what they
going
do.
to
They can probably
spawn
pull it
in
together.
the wall. Look, why don't we have a listen in with the THUGGETS, and maybe we'll get a sense as this ring closes of, you know, where it's going next and what their plan is.
They're going to have to bully the way in. It's got to be what they're saying. Wow, it actually didn't pull here. It pulled over there.
These guys are shooting at them too.
They're in God spot right now then. If they could just hold center, they're in God spot. That's insane. It'll probably pull towards the bottom half though.
We'll
see though.
Definitely not.
I mean, bro, we can go in there, hit the man scan and this man scan and see. And if worse comes worse, we'll do something.
blurry, but I don't see anyone.
I'm so confused on what they're thinking right now. Meaning, like, they're talking about this going outside his zone with 56 seconds, and all they're going to do is get stuck and have to shove a building. 46 seconds.
Just keep spamming that shit.
I don't see how this is not gonna play out well.
Should be fine.
This is gonna be rough, dude. Because as soon as they get here and they top off, they have to just push forward.
clearing out their backs by making sure with this survey beacon and checkpoint that they have
the beacon gives them no information. We all know that like there's already people in those buildings. Literally, this beacon, I would already assume that nobody that there's people in there.
The real concern is going to be where on earth do you play once you land with this Trident, because
yeah, like you know that there's people in every building.
DGAP unable to even exist in this small little gazebo. Pioneers inheriting a lot of the loot off the back of that.
If anything, I mean, they might as well have gone over here on the rock right here. That's probably where I would have said to play. Because you know there's a team here, 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 here. Like, just play the rock on the far right and bully your way in. Let's see what they do. Let's see.
Have, in fact, a pullback. And that means 100 Thieves are going to have to fight their way in. We know they're good enough to do it, but today they're sitting in 16th spot. A far cry from their performance of yesterday.
This is going to be really messy on the edge over here.
Turn that around here, maybe not. Liquid Alienware, however, turning things around inside of this fight. Nice reinforcement of the door by Jaguars. Maybe gives the team a chance to reset as Yanya finishes off a kill on Kuzme around the outside. Liquid Alien.
A lot of people are going to be fighting here.
Of Evil in a 2v2. And again, have a defensive setup. And even a res going off in their favor with a reinforced door at their back. It's the perfect time to do so. And Bubbly,
they're running right in for this.
Liquid Alienware reset. The Masters of Evil. I'm sorry, they're straight out of luck.
Managed to find space.
So many different.
They still got to work their way forward.
On every side here. Trying to pressure them.
So it did pull. I still think this is God's spot, but that rock, you see, that's why I was said to play this rock over here. They would have had to run through ninjas and pajamas, but the reason why I 100% say that Thuggets should never have done this is that now they have to push through Alienware, and they have to push to Grow, and they have to push through ninjas and pajamas. There's no way they're going to push through this. I would have gone this route, pushed ninja and pajamas out, and gotten their space instead.
And now they, much like Orin, much like Shopify Rebellion, Virtus.pro, and formerly Rock, need to make their way down.
It's not impossible.
It seems almost impossible.
Didn't know teams are there. It doesn't matter if they know where teams are. They know that there's going to be teams building in this building, and the rock. But you ask yourself, which one are you going to bully your way through? Like, you could just make an assumption that there's going to be people there. I don't, like, at the time, I don't even know if people are there looking at the minimap, but you know, based on the number of teams, that people are there.
But no knocks on Liquid Alienware just yet.
Let's see if they can push through this.
Masters of Evil do get crunched eventually.
They have to win 3 fights here.
It's trying to chase down T-Law. And Yanya, despite being full on shields, unfortunately doesn't really have any.
It's taking way too much time. So Ninjas and Pajamas is going to gate them, and they're going to be out in the open field right here.
A lot of options to run.
They could run for the building, but there's a team there on the right.
Fortify yourself with the ball.
They're going to be out in the open, and they got multiple teams all looking at them.
Telling the opponents where you're running to.
Orin do fall. Exterminators, a 4th place team, actually walling aggressively at the Pioneers and getting aggressive on the Pioneers with a Starebolt in their face. Liquid Alienware will go down meanwhile, but Shubi's a solo right now and literally running around in the open with no plan at all. 100 Thieves do peek their heads out. This
is going to be messy. This could be anybody's game here. I still think the team in the center, I forget what team, has the highest probability of success. Oh no.
Miss Maggie's Drill ruining their day as Lou empty. And you have to imagine soon Slayer will fall. FYR Strays at their backs will be taken out as the Exterminators expire.
Oh no.
And Slayer, still alive, is going to do what Rampart's going to do, set up walls and pray.
Why was he trying to res in the water there? I mean,
all right, like I said, they got to burn through 3 fights here.
Eventually, we'll see if they can get the res. No, they don't. It's actually a Kraber shot from Vayne, who has inherited.
This would be the biggest comeback, and they deserve all the praise in the world if Thuggets can clutch us out. Like, they deserve so much praise if they bullied through 3 different teams here. That'll be a phenomenal, like, display.
Meanwhile, Thuggets are looking to end some more lives over here in the buildings. Grow Gaming and Ninjas in Pajamas trying to posture.
And with all the noise in the south, this almost goes unnoticed.
It's crazy how much that they're able to kind of isolate these out.
Thieves on the way in. A Shopify Rebellion that was accruing momentum just last game is now the only team off to the north. No one is looking at them as everyone looks south.
Yeah.
Nuggets and what was formerly Grow Gaming.
Dude, if they clutch us out, they deserve like all the praise in the world for this. This is crazy. Because I would not have chosen this pathway. This is like the hard mode that they're choosing.
The Pro League day that was promised. They had so much momentum, even just coming in off the scrims, and maybe finally that's translating into actual Pro League points.
Catwall is nice, but Catwall is temporary. As that expires for Shopify Rebellion, they're going to play with budget Catwall. But that, I mean,
dude, they have space and height now.
Low ground, not a good position. And
I got my eyes on this team, man. They're like the underdog superheroes choosing the rotation that they did.
For the winning position.
Yeah, that is crazy.
As Shopify Rebellion move up onto the Ninjas.
It is. That's crazy, dude.
Ultimately win the fight in a 2v3. Ninjas and Pyjamas are down, while Unreal Nightmare and THUGGETS are still fighting.
Yeah,
now, Ninja Pyjamas is not out yet because these teams could jump into each other.
At the same time, no risk of a third party. They're way too locked into it with each other. Well, I say that. Looks like they're actually on.
Like they could drop on each other, and then Ninjas Pyjamas could third.
So we do.
Oh, they got the res. Yeah, because they can't leave. They can't chase them. They can't fight them. This is Ninjas and Pyjamas game. These two teams have to fight. Now, again, if they manage to figure this out and create an opening, clear this out, my God, that would be crazy.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think
because the odds, the math, the statistics have been against this team. Based on where they're positioned, the math is statistically, these two teams are going to drop on each other right here, and they're going to watch.
Let's take a listen in with the THUGGETS.
We're just gonna have to play for second, or we play super late.
All right, I said Ninja Pyjamas. I misspoke. I'm sorry. I meant to say Shopify Rebellion. Why did I say Ninja Pyjamas? You guys understand. I was always putting at this team over here. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Bro, we could just play left. Look, like right here.
That's what I said.
Okay, we should probably do that. We should do that before we get fucked.
We have
just
to
start setting up right here. Start setting up right here. Okay. Right here.
They're gonna get bullied, man.
We can just drop, bro. They can't swing our back.
I keep calling them Ninjas Pyjamas because they were just there. I meant Shopify. I'm so sorry, guys.
I know.
Game plan is set. Unreal Nightmare.
Oh, dude, Shopify, just don't get greedy. Dude, Shopify is getting greedy with this. There's no way.
Oh my God, Maggie Ball pushes them all the way back. And cover is
I don't even think they had to leave right away.
Of a mad Maggie, and she is furious right now. Unreal Nightmare should be able to come in from within the armory. Surely they take this one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shopify kind of threw that. What was that?
They just watched the game be served up to them. I respect Shopify Rebellion.
What was that?
Push for recognizing they needed
Okay,
to take out the THUGGETS.
I'm surprised they didn't put a wall through the center of the map. Like, just put the wall through the center. Shopify just ran right at them. And just the other team, like,
yeah, look, and you know,
what?
We got that in the listen-in, right? We heard it directly from them. They said, look, we're probably just going to have to play for second here. Wait, who actually got second in the end? I mean, I was focusing on Unreal Night. It was THUGGETS that's,
Shopify, wow. If they could just delay that, put the wall across and delay. Because you get where I'm saying, like, the two teams have to run into each other. Catalyst take a wide angle and put a wall that blankets them. And just wait as long as possible. I know you're out in the field, but the other two teams have to run into each other. Inevitably.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And then use, I don't know if they had Rampart or not. I gotta double check the comp.
Were able to survive until second in the chaos
of
that end zone, but let's take a closer look at what this end game was really like, because we're so focused on this THUGGETS Shopify, as THUGGETS and Shopify were as well, but with Unreal Nightmare coming in, we didn't really.
They played really well, I will admit. That was a big turn of events. They played the game on hard mode by choosing that rotation. Like, if they go through their VOD and they see how much of an uphill battle they went through, that's impressive. If they just knocked out Ninjas and Pyjamas, then played that angle, that would have been so much easier for them.
Up until the last couple of zones, because
yeah, 100% it is. That's insane.
When we saw them at checkpoint.
yeah, no one really walked out of match 5 with an absolute bag of kills, right? It was
pretty
spread out across the lobby. And as a result, no one really jumps up massively to overtake Rock, considering they've only got, what, 5 points in the last 2 games? People are
The fact that ROC has so much momentum early on and nobody's passed them is crazy.
Shopify only a few points behind, and THUGGETS, with the 16 points that they grabbed there, will move closer, but Rock have one more chance to close this out. I mean, they gave themselves every chance at the start of the day. But I don't know, man, with the momentum that's coming out of Shopify right now, I think they're kind of feeling themselves.
They are, but they threw that last round, and I feel like that was a hard throw.
I'm certainly feeling inspired.
They just have to wait. Any scenario where 2 teams are on top of each other, you just gotta delay as long as possible.
We'll see if they can keep it up, and whether or not Rock can claim some back and stay on top in the last day.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by 100 Thieves as well. I won't lie.
We'll be keeping our eyes on who's making it to regional finals and who is not, because it is your very last chance to make it to regional.
Okay, let's try to break down the theory real quick. Let's try to break down the theory of what they were trying to achieve with Shopify, okay? Let's go and say, like, Shopify. Essentially, if the 2 teams are huddled up into a building here, let's just use like red or something. Okay, well, this is fine. Like if they're holed up in the building here, right? And then Shopify was over here with the rocks, and the zone is pulling, I guess, towards like the whatever area. You got one team. Let's just mark out the teams. You got one team here, and you have one team in the building, and you have Shopify over here. If Shopify literally just kind of put the wall out this way to delay so these 2 teams run into each other, that would have been perfect. Now, I see what they try to do with the wall by creating a wall, which will make yellow, by going this way. But the unfortunate part is that the wall actually pinned them down this way. Let me back up. To where they ended up in a fight like this. That's the unfortunate part, though. That's pretty much what happened. That sucks. Not ideal. But that was like Shopify's game. It's just the cat wall was everything in terms of positioning for them to delay. And then they essentially just threw it into the wrong direction, it felt like. Or even if they were in the corner on the lower ground and they put the wall this way, it's just that the wall captured the other team. So like if they were right, like let's say they were here, right? Oh shoot, let's make this a little more distinct, because that wall was so important. We got end zone, just put the end zone, and then we have the split between them here inside the building, right? Again, we have the team inside, we have the team outside, and then we have the team over here behind the rocks, and then you have the wall that's going to go out. If the wall went this way and they kind of existed like on the edge and then kind of like worked the way back and forth for the zone to pressure these 2 teams to fight, that would have worked. But they ran into just like a weird spot, man, where they accidentally put the wall, let's back up here, the wall this way instead.
Legends Global Series, the final game of the regular season here in the Americas, and the final
game
that our teams have to clinch regional finals. That's the huge stakes at the end of this genome. Yes, some teams are playing for seeding. Yes, teams are thinking about how to qualify to Japan, but it's one step at a time. And for a lot of teams, that step is regional finals, some of which that seems out of reach for. Let's take a look at the overall standings and what we are thinking. As of right now, the cutoff is Masters of Evil at 20th place. They have held on to that since the start of the day. And that is only if it were to end.
All right, we'll see.
We have one more game.
Yeah, I mean, they built up a little bit of a buffer there, as you can see. Fire Strays is really, well, maybe 5-star as well, are the 2 other teams in this lobby that if they have a massive game right now could potentially shift the momentum and overcome Masters of Evil. And
yeah, they gained so much momentum from the first 2 games. They've really killed it.
Those 2 teams, but as we said, it would have to be a pretty monumental game from them to take it away. Fire Stray is currently
Catalyst Band. That's going to be.
In this series and 5-star
I don't even know who we're going to pick.
So, you know,
rotation.
Probably need like a
zip lines, Ash, Wraith.
Something to make it there.
Rampart's already picked. Watson's out. Caustic's out.
Honestly, a lot of teams that would vie for that spot. I know that I was talking about this behind the scenes, and it is a long
I'm not
shot,
sure if we'll see a spike of
going
Gibraltar bubbles.
forward
That people have
in
been getting
here as
punished
well.
for that.
They are a little lower down on the leaderboard in terms of squads that we need to keep track of that are on the bubble of qualification.
Still guessing more.
We've got Cryvor, Masters of Evil, FYR,
Pathfinder, Wraith,
5-star,
Ash,
and again, perhaps Orin.
with
But the other
Rampart
big
for
team to
walls
keep
at
in
the
this
end.
conversation
Could
really
see some
isn't playing
Bangalore
today,
to
and that's
reset
TSM.
some stuff.
Because
Bangalore would be
these
really
teams
powerful.
Are able to accrue enough points. Teams like Cryvor, Masters of Evil, FYR, and 5-star. TSM dropping 2 more places.
Bangalore could be an
pushes
underrated
the
pick
finals
to get rid of Rampart walls like instantly.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Surprised
I
nobody's
feel
thinking
like,
of that.
Whoa,
Let's see. We'll see.
Okay, it's a tough ask. We'd probably need both Fire Strays and 5-star to have a very, very big result here, as well as Masters of Evil to slightly.
All right, last
tick
game,
up.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Let's
a lot
watch.
of
Let's
things
do
that
it.
have to go their way, but either way, it does seem like TSM will most likely be having quite a low draft pick when we do come to our regional finals next week.
As of right now,
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the donations, the support today. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. It's been fun.
To, like you said, put up not just double-digit games, but over 20 points, which often means a pretty darn incredible game. You've got to have at least 8 kills on top of a victory to max out over 20 points, and that is a huge
I wonder if it's going to be
ask.
really fast-paced games at the end here, because everyone starts just throwing something at the wall, or if people are going to really slow it down. Let's see.
We've got plenty more that we'll talk about
Yeah, of course. It's been fun.
Throughout this game, rather. But we'll start things
Great
off
shots.
with Unreal Nightmare, who, all things considered, have had a pretty good day finding the win just last game.
We found a couple throughout our split here. As I think is it the first Pro League split for quite a few of those guys. Someone could go look that up on Liquipedia. Meanwhile, we're too busy watching the action because you know that this game 6 is going to be a wild one. With
People are going to start like just saying, screw it, let's just throw ourselves at something.
Obviously, this is the last game, as we've just said. If you're going to go for it, you got to go for it right now.
Can we see the map and the layout of the picks? I realized that we didn't see that after this push, hopefully.
Teams rushing to zone, we see them rushing towards each other.
Yeah, because people need points. This is your moment. You can't just win. You need to fight at this point for certain teams.
On the last day anyways. Pioneers are absolutely hunting kills at this point. Looking for that momentum that, as we mentioned, they have lost between match days. However, sitting in the center of the map right now, outside of Forbidden Zone, they are going to have to think about grouping
picks?
up and moving towards the ring, because ultimately, that's where the game and their best chance of winning for both points and kills will go. Pioneers should already have an idea of where this ring is going, given that they've got Rampart, and Jay has hit the ring console already. We are heading south. We are going to Barometer. In fact, remember
Wraith.
the zone polls that we talked about in
Rampart we anticipated would be very popular.
I think it is the first Barometer
Crypto's kind of spiking up. We are seeing Pathfinder, like I mentioned too.
Oh, really?
We got Ash,
we
Wraith,
definitely have
and
seen Barometer and its surrounds pop
Pathfinder
up across the globe. But yeah, if it's
more Wraith than anything, more Rampart than anything. No bangs. At least I didn't see a bang. I need to look through that again. I did not look at the zone. I was looking at the picks. Kind of want. I do want to go back.
Not only are getting a chance to redeem their day, which has been a little rough since game 1 and 2, but remember, they're still on for a bonus point.
I need to look at the map again. I didn't look. I was trying to understand. I was trying to look for like a Bangalore pick.
I guess we'll see what
With so much Rampart, I am shocked Bangalore isn't making it into this.
We have had rings at Coastal Camp.
Oh my god.
South of Cedo, we have not yet had a Barometer end zone, so to firsts and lasts will be this game, as last game of the season, first ring of its kind.
Now remember, Masters of Evil are on the cusp right now. They are in 20th place. If things end as they are and head
Well, Barometer, it would probably be a Barometer ending. I gotta look at it again though.
Finals.
One could assume.
With that fight win, they've just moved themselves up a little bit, and we're getting closer to the
Everyone's just fighting at this point. People are desperate for points. Teams are like, we gotta get momentum. We need it. That always happens last game. You start seeing teams just say, screw it, or you see teams like, we gotta slow down.
For Team Inferno, who with that fight have confirmed themselves to only be attending the LCQ for their chances of making it to Sapporo. Team Inferno will not be joining us in the regional finals as they are the first team eliminated in match 6. DGAP taking yet another engagement, this time just off to the western side of
Gonna be
Cascade
messy, man.
Falls. And it seems like they've got plenty of nice positioning up against 5-star, enough to even push 5-star, a very aggressive team, away from the engagement.
Well, you know, 5-star.
There's two different mindsets right now. There's the teams that you're seeing fighting that are like, we need kills, and then we got to get placement to make this happen. And you got the teams that have got a lot of points are like, guys, we just got to play slow and play smart. Let everyone else in the lobby kill each other.
And they might be joining Team Inferno, so they actually back off, despite the option to, you know, crypto send DGAP there. They don't take it, and they will go back towards potentially Cascade Falls, maybe just farm some more Evo up on the way to Barometer.
I believe so, day 9.
Thieves with their Gibby bubble rotate.
I try to watch like the last ones for like the more interesting, like who's gonna make it and who's
setting
not.
This up in a safe place for them later on. Most teams that are already in zone are going to be thinking along the same lines, not how do we secure a win from here, but in case the zone doesn't pull to us like it didn't to 100 Thieves where they predicted last game, what do we do in that case? FYR, they've got a completely different agenda. If you're fighting to the south of Pylon, you're looking for kills because let's be honest, FYR need them.
Yep.
They sure do. 100 banger right now would go a long way to giving them a chance. Maybe even off the back of an EMP.
I need to see the map again. I don't know if this is barometer ending. We'll see. Because some of it is in this spot, but I didn't look at it at all. I just was looking at the compositions.
They don't see anyone in Pylon. It really is just them and Ninjas in Pyjamas, and unless they don't hurry up, and we do see DMG enter the arena. Ooh, a couple of knocks coming out.
Almost hoping against hope that Orin get this knock. Yeah, I mean, it would feel bad for the team running ahead of them. That's DGAP, but Orin really need the points if they want to secure regional finals, and it wouldn't be just one team wipe. It would have to be many, many, many team wipes for Orin. I won't count them out, but over at Cascade Falls,
I mean, so some of these teams at lower end just have
they may know where the ring
an impossible task. Not impossible, but what feels like an impossible one.
Them to take advantage of. An edge playstyle in this game, risky for more than one reason. Not only can you be outplayed, you also just might not find anyone.
There's been so many teams fighting we're not even looking at the zone because nobody's like really focused on zone as much.
It's still these two teams, but as
let's go!
They've delayed this fight for some time, and DMG are now moving past Echo HQ.
Everyone is just kind of like poking, fighting.
Line there. They've got their own drone. They'll be able to hit the survey beacon at Echo HQ and get the information that there is a potential third party for them to come in off the back of here.
It's everything is so messy. Like teams are just all over the place just fighting.
The fight is on. Fire Strays, can they
There's a knock, just shove it, man.
More to secure before DMG join.
Honestly, it seems when they start getting this momentum and they're like hungry for it, they might as well just keep fighting. Oh god, isolated by up top. Dude, did he whiff that?
Century won by Circe, as even DJ Killa has to fear the Wraith, who instantly phases down, rejoining the rest of the team and swapping out with Future Streams, who goes.
Dude, yeah, everyone is just W King. Who cares about zone this round?
Getting naded. Have DMG right next door to them.
Kind of getting a reset. They are split. They could just go zip up and fight him. I think that's what they're doing. They're going for it. One of them went up. They're going for just ones here. He did a lot of damage. Not enough, though. Nice. Could he reset?
Crook goes up the top. 40 health and a dream. This is
oh,
oh,
they missed the sky nade. There's a good nade.
Shield, desperately trying to shield him from these frag grenades.
Dude, he jumped for it?
Almost sending me into cardiac arrest.
Bro, maniac.
Gotta win the 1v2, but dropping down to the low ground wasn't gonna be able
I mean, he might
to
have just rezzed at that point. Dude, just like they're just going for some Hail Marys there.
Bro,
the psychopathic energy there, man.
Esports
He might as well just stood up top and res and tried to 2v3. He just said, screw it. I know he heard the res, but still, it's like, bro, he just was like, I'm jumping.
That is short-lived as all. Orin claimed 2 KP. 2?
Bro, at that point, they just didn't even care. They're just like, bro, let's try to go for as... They're just go for as many kills as possible. They're checked out, essentially.
They can look for as many kills as they
Everyone is just like, we're gonna end it with end zone with a lot of broken teams, bro.
That's what they're doing out on the outskirts here. As you said, Firestray no longer with us. See you in the LCQ, guys. But 5-star still alive, still kicking.
Certain teams are just kind of, I'm done.
They're going up against maybe Shopify Rebellion next.
Didn't even try to run away. Didn't try to like res his teammate. Just kind of said, I'm dropping.
Their work cut out for them if they want to continue on and make that top 20.
It's because there's always one person getting away.
Esports both sighing a sigh of relief. As Firestrays go out, it means they're much more likely to stay in the fight now.
Oblivion's elimination not going to hurt their chances too much at regional finals or at Sapporo, but for CIMJ, story's a little different. Especially,
yeah, it's just been, everyone's just kind of nonstop just fighting.
Shopify Rebellion, I'd say they're in a similar spot to Oblivion, if not a much better one. Shopify Rebellion,
ALGS rank version.
Holds. It's about polishing the team up until that point, and we have seen a team over the course of yesterday.
I'd argue that certain teams have better momentum, like Fire there.
To win, and in this case, ways to get aggressive.
South side here, these buildings. 100 Thieves maybe in God spot. It's gonna end on this side of the map, bottom half of it, bottom half.
Shopify.
Pretty sure.
5-star rise to that.
These buildings, God spots.
Bars. 5-star right now are the only team near Shopify.
Could be an isolated 3v3.
Yeah, this island isn't bad, but it's not going to end there. Pretty sure it's going to end on this side right here.
Bad for Rock Esports.
That's crazy. It's exactly where I said right when it's changed too. I was like south side.
Who had to try and guess which side of
you want to be on this building. 100 Thieves has a great spot. 100 Thieves will give up this little building right here, and then they'll hold the big one right there.
Similar to last game, sort of
yeah, 100 Thieves has God spot. This is great for them.
This time it might have worked out.
DGAP up against the Thuggets. Off in the eastern corner of this ring. Neither one happy about the next ring pull.
Just bully their way in. Bro, ran in with a grenade.
Goes for the stick,
Psycho, bro.
Find it after eating a Peacekeeper shot to the face. Fearless trades back for him. And
popping off a bit.
Have a numbers advantage up against the Thuggets.
They are.
You have to be very careful. EMP.
Oh, dude, runs right in. Oh my god, dude. After the advantage and the nades. Oh man. Oh, 2 knocks. 2 knocks. We got a 1v1.
Shoot the glass out. They can't do anything while that is still up.
Oh my god, what a messy fight.
They kept peeking and hoping that the other team would come out from behind.
All of these fights are just so messy. Oh my god.
And the Thuggets surely will.
I kind of want to go back to the team as a 1v1. These guys are dead.
DMG off the background.
Oh
this
man.
Is 5-star playing for their life. Sorry, I had realized we got from one.
Did both teams fully reset?
5-star done for, not making.
Bro, both teams actually fully reset. That's crazy.
The isolated fight not going their way, and Shopify Rebellion continue to terrorize the lobby as DGAP look for an escape. It's DMG that have come in.
Another team. We got, this is messy too. My god. 100 Thieves has to be just like screaming in happiness right now. Everyone's fighting.
DMG's interest.
Then they got God spot, bro.
Why would you do that when you can
oh no, you're dead. That's it. GG's. Bye bye. It's been fun.
No, are they like different teams
oh
trying
my
to get
god.
into the same trident? This isn't a bus, guys.
What? What is this ALGS round, bro? Oh my god. What am I watching?
I've never seen a trident bait 2 teams into it. Honestly, probably eliminate a third, as I don't see DGAP getting into this
this
zone.
is done.
So that's DGAP and Thuggets both down. DMG whittled
Yeah,
down
I think
to
you'll be able
a
to queue in, bro.
solo
What is this last
off
game?
Of one awkward escape from the nut building.
He's dead.
Oh, also goodbye, Unreal Nightmare.
Yeah, they're just like, what are we watching?
Unreal Nightmare go out in 7th. The only chance really we've got left is Orin Esports.
Dude, are we down to 7 teams already?
They would need what, plus at minimum plus 10 points. 4th spot. One of them's just been knocked.
Bro, we're playing ranked at this point. This is ranked.
Doing a bit of quick math. They need at least another 22 points right now.
Oh, we're top 13. Okay, somebody said 7 squads. I was like, what?
Who's this? I was focusing on the DGAP.
Dude, 100 Thieves, bro. 100 Thieves. This center spot, my God. I don't think it's going to pull there. I think it's going to pull more to the building, maybe?
Okay, there's a bar there.
Dude.
I'm not saying it's easily achievable. We've set the bar. 22 points.
100 Thieves is laughing. Literally laughing.
CIMJ as a duo. Positioned right in front of Rock.
Dude, he's one Gibby hit away.
Sure that they saw what happened this morning and would like to mirror
wow
success.
Wow, look at wow.
Resetting on this island, essentially isolated, but unfortunately isolated as a duo and not in too comfortable of a position.
Oh, they're dead. Oh, there was a nade that just got thrown on them.
Everyone to hold it.
Absolutely not. And
more chaos
behind them as well. They look like they are very soon about
Alien
to
head. Liquid is just
Virtus.pro, while 100 Thieves try and hold on to this critical building. This
they just have to hold. 100 Thieves just has to hold. That's it.
Pro Gaming do indeed finish
I'm by Liquid.
Virtus.pro from behind.
CIMJ will fall as well. Exterminators moving in from where we just saw CIMJ.
Dude, they're chilling.
Meet their untimely end. But that telltale zipline shows you where Rock have rolled up, and Rock are right behind the 100 Thieves and Liquid.
This is competitive pubs, dude. Everyone is just full sending everyone. Like, this is ridiculous, dude.
Down to a duo and outside of zone. I suspect we may be saying goodbye to them, even with
Jesus.
this triple take to try and clean up a bit of KP. They've got 5 kills so far. DGAP
Dude,
and
come
Rock
on.
falling at the same time.
Yeah, just okay.
The chance at a bonus point, and Orin somehow still alive.
They move in. It's a paltry 11 points a player. That's all they need. And with nades and stinger bolts on top of them, I don't know if that number is going to get any easier. They are alive for right now.
The only team that's playing comp right now is 100 Thieves. They're the only team playing comp right now.
Our top 20 are all done and dusted.
In KCP, never
7 people alive. Come on, dude. That's crazy.
100 Thieves doing much the same in this game. Quick bubble out of Phony just to let the team reset. Has been going off on the Gibraltar this week, but today has not been that day. 100 Thieves in 12th right now.
They need this game bad.
It's been a good game for them so far.
I mean, not bad, but
a bit of an awkward day for the 100 Thieves that had won.
All right, now it should
so
slow down.
Liquid's
out, top 6.
Liquid Alienware, however, will fall at their hands, and Shopify Rebellion reset to a duo on the low ground.
Oh, wow. It's barely in right there. This ending sucks. Excuse me.
They've equaled Rock at 58. So Shopify, I believe, only needs
the building. If somebody, whoever, 100 Thieves, if they can isolate that,
and it seems
they need building. They win. Whoever's got building wins the game right here.
Pioneers do 2. They've only got 2 left alive. I mean, this is going to be tough, but they are so close to victory.
I'm not a fan of celebrating too early, but I will give congratulations where it is due. Masters of Evil, having survived this long, have secured their spot. Just having survived to this point. Masters of Evil.
I still think having Gro got it.
Regional final. Relative to the rest of the line.
That building right there, man. Whoever's got it. I really think that's it.
Yeah, we had a team go out, so they've moved up to 59 points. That is 1 point ahead, and that's probably the day all wrapped up. Everyone else is, I think, too far apart to catch them now. Shopify, with a banger Storm Point, have come in to put
100 Thieves, unfortunately, has to drop down. Shopify just went for the biggest Hail Mary ever.
Saves Coifel for a second, gets a slick shield swap, but
wow.
It's a matter of time for Shopify Rebellion.
I mean, honestly, he's not. Oh, he's gonna get white swung.
Not gonna give up their position to try
he's dead.
Shopify
That's
Rebellion,
it.
but the Masters of Evil did not get that name for nothing. Miles goes and finishes off.
Top 3 was. This is a crazy round to watch.
And the Masters of Evil.
This is just madness.
Well, be celebrating with a win. They've already moved up, like we said. They've clinched regional finals. If they can find a victory here, it would be massive for them. And with Gro and 100 Thieves both having to fight almost directly on top of the Masters of Evil, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, I mean, they've shot themselves up, what, 5 places on the leaderboard?
I don't know who this will go to.
Game, dear.
I'm saying Grow because it's really pulling on top of them, and the other two teams should have to fight. Well, 100 Thieves is not in a game-winning position right now. Grow is in the winning position.
And they are about to get pushed out. They will be pushed into the waiting
Now, the team here could play right underneath Grow Gaming, and then it could turn into 100 Thieves, maybe having an opportunity. We'll see.
You can hear that Wraith portal. Grow Gaming,
okay, they have played underneath, so now we got this and then above. 100 Thieves could play this side over here.
Rampart walls all set up.
They are going over there, okay.
Drop down from Grow, who granted do have a Gibby bubble, but you only get one.
Oh.
There's very little space to play. 100 Thieves, their play is obvious. They've got the wall.
Man, this is kind of anyone's game.
100 Thieves safe for at least a little while
Grow, I
longer.
think, still has the higher chance.
Would do them a lot of favors.
We'll see.
One Gibby bubble to keep Grow alive.
You can see
this is oh god. If these two teams fight first, then it's 100 Thieves. If they fight underneath here, then it's Grow. The team that has the least amount of chance is their Evil.
Against 100 Thieves, they will counter with the Gibby bubble, but after this, what have they got left to play with?
Full res.
Yeah, they don't got much, man. They drop back down. Now the other two teams are more likely to run into each other, which is what they want.
They're gonna hold on to that. Sitting on the low ground, letting Grow pile up.
Oh, Grow's getting a little greedy here.
High ground away from 100 Thieves. Out goes the Fusel, however, from behind.
Oh no.
Masters of Evil getting involved. Knocked. Focuses behind him, but really you can only pick one or the other. Do you
wow.
Do you take out Masters of Evil, or do you get nothing done and expire in the fire and the flames? Grow gaining have knocked
100 Thieves.
But they fall, and 100
wow, good play by 100 Thieves. They were in the harder spot at one point early on, but when they went underneath, I was saying this team had the lowest chance.
Oh my.
That sucks.
The back and forward up the wall, mantling, somehow still staying
GG's.
alive. I mean,
all right, we'll look for final standings and then we'll get wrapped up here.
Who was the Wraith there? Dropped, was it for
knocked for Grow?
Yeah, knocked for Grow. It kind of felt like
if you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like.
Needed him.
Let us know if we got to do more of this.
You know, he was trying to stay alive a little
Try to
bit
do something
longer,
different by doing
but if his
NA.
PK had been at the ready,
our normal
when
time.
100 Thieves mantled up, he might have been able to do enough damage to push them down. Look, what ifs have used. We don't need to live in that what if world because 100 Thieves have actually pulled that off. That is an incredible win by them.
It does boost them up significantly in the leaderboards. I mean, Glitter, this was a really impressive game from 100 Thieves to find the win.
Yeah, they had Godspot the whole way through until the end where it kind of switched a little bit.
We were talking up the Masters of Evil. What a victory for them. Even if it doesn't come with the screen, you are the champions. It does come with the additional bonus that you're going to regional finals.
Which is just the next important step along the journey, right? You have to get to regional finals to even have a shot at winning regional finals and then potentially making your way through to champs. So this is going to be massive for them. Congratulations, of course, to them, but to all of our teams on their performance for the final regular season day of Split 2. Here are our match 6 results, and you can see just how much.
No worries. I appreciate you for hanging out.
100 Thieves were finally able to get in this last match, picking up their performance. If I'm not mistaken, the points that they got in match 6 alone are only like, what, 5 to 7 points behind what they had for like the whole day so far. So this
100 Thieves, that was a big game for them.
A big pickup for them, turning that momentum around. But you've got 8 KP for Masters of Evil, 6 to Grow Gaming, and even Orin got some good points for down there in 8th. This was, you know, it was the last match of the series. You know, we kind of got what we expected. A lot of teams pushing to get whatever last points they could.
Yeah, it did feel like that, didn't it? It didn't feel as dominated by our sort of regular Titans as much as possible, even though, you know, definitely shout out to Shopify coming in with
this was fun. I enjoyed it. I know it's later in the night because, you know.
First map and Ninjas in Pyjamas
look at that.
rounding out the top 3, but certainly there were a lot of these.
ROC had good momentum at the start, which made them pretty comfortable.
Trying to get
Hunter
over
Thieves
the
really
line
boosted up on the last
to
one.
The regional finals.
Definitely,
I would say THUGGETS, while I
a much closer
underestimated them, had a lot of
performance-wise than
potential.
what we saw out of EMEA Diaz. We now get to see what that means
I think
for
if they
overall
when they
standings.
clean up a few
These
things, they're going to be
are the
a team to be
confirmed
rivaled
top
with. Like, it's
20
pretty
teams
scary
who will
what they
be
can do.
playing in regional finals for the Americas.
TSM hold on to their spot. That's a big thing looking at how we came into
Oh, no
the
kidding. Wow,
Thuggets
yeah.
to 16th, and the Masters of Evil, just like you talked about, Genome, with that performance, rocket themselves up from
All right, yeah.
at 20th to a solid 15th place seed in the region.
All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate all of you guys for being a part of today's stream. Don't forget to leave a like, show your support. Leave the VOD open afterwards. It would mean the world. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one, all right? All right, everybody. I'll talk soon. Bye, 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 bye.
The likes of Masters of Evil clinch their spot for regional finals, but that also means they've got a slightly better draft pick when it comes to the POI draft. So all of these small things will tie in together. Phenomenal day across the board. Let's start highlighting some of the individuals that really put on a performance here today, because it's time for our Sony in-zone kill leader race. Now, I do want to say something before we